Well, 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 we meet again. I wasn't expecting to see you in my office again so soon, and frankly, I'm a little disappointed.
Sorry, Jane.
Hi, I'm Jason. This is Shadowrun, the Greenwood Collective on Happy Jack's RPG network, and we are doing an actual play of Shadowrun 5th Edition. Before I do any more, let's introduce our players. We are short one beautiful J-Dot tonight.
Yes.
Apparently doing work in his, big title TV series.
I gotta write episodes of Supergirl.
Right.
That's what he sounds
Incredibly
like.
popular.
Yeah, that's exactly.
So rude.
Successful TV show. But we do have some players here.
Hi, I'm Joey. I am playing Quixote, the street samurai who wants to be a real boy again.
Wait, I thought you were going to play Queen again.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant. Oh, sorry. There can be only one queen, so you can play Quixote.
That would be hilarious.
Oh my god.
But yeah, yeah, that's me. Yay! Someone else
All right.
talk.
Hello, I'm Sam. I play Echo, your friendly neighborhood elven spider witch. She is definitely not weird, so don't be scared.
Lying. My first question, well, I try not to make it my first question for new friends, but I always want to ask people what they think lying cat sounds like.
That's a good one.
Yeah, because before I heard like a screechy version of it, I always heard lying. Because he's like a little cat, and I think
Yeah.
it's funny that he would
yeah.
have a very deep voice.
Yes.
Because he's like scrawny and, but... Hi, Adam.
Oh, it's me turn.
It's okay, we'll fix it in post. Try again. Take it from the top.
It's me turn.
Oh, God, I hate it.
Forgive him. He left his sanity at con.
I did. Hi, my name is Adam, and I am playing Queen, the medic, who is very awkward to all of this, but just wants to have fun doing Shadowruns
Sure.
and hang out with his grandma.
Oh.
Yeah. She would like to hang out with you, too, if you stop breaking all of the rules of the place you live in.
Literally the one rule.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It really wasn't a high expectation.
right, yeah.
That one rule.
Hi.
Hi, I am Mac. I'm playing Gremlin, who is she was an elf. Now she's kind of something else horrific. And also, I've never been asked by you what Lion Cat sounds like, and I feel like I've missed out on this piece of our friendship, and I'm very sad about it.
The downside of my Swiss cheese brain memory is that I forget who I've asked and who I haven't asked. And sometimes ask the same person 3 times, and then they're like, really, we've gone over this? Like, cool.
Perfect.
What do you think Lion Cat sounds like?
Lying.
Oh, okay.
That's
kind of a
good.
hoarse whisper.
Yeah.
Oh.
Lion Cat's a smoker.
Yeah. I like
Oh,
that.
yeah. Like you.
Oh, yeah. Also, I don't know if it comes through on the mic very much, but I picked up a little bit deeper voice in chat this weekend, and I just wanted to tell you about it. Oh, yeah.
Nice.
I'm going to need a moment.
Yeah, they were selling deeper voices at con.
Yep.
Yeah.
We went ahead and picked up a mod.
Yep.
Huh? Yeah.
Installed. Update complete.
Nice. It's really good.
So anyway, I'm a little hoarse. Thank you. The good news is I'm not sick. I just act that way.
Stay golden, pony boy.
Yeah.
I'm not sick. I'm just drawn that way.
That's dang it. That's what I was trying to get to. I just whiffed on that.
Yeah.
Where my brain went was, I'm not sick. I just play one on TV. Like, what?
Wait, what?
I like it, though. I like the
Yeah.
non sequitur nature
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah. That's pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
I would
There's
laugh.
an ad that keeps that shows. I've seen like a dozen times on the mobile game that I play, and the tagline is when what is it? I'm gonna mess it up. When all you can burgers is think about. And
Correct.
it's like
Yeah.
just that by itself is like pretty good marketing.
Yeah.
And now I want a burger. Yeah. So anyway, This is episode 13. Lucky number 13.
11D12.
And we will be having 3 more episodes after this. So this is the final 4. We are in it to win it. And,
Win it.
it's very exciting.
We're in
and
it
sad.
to twin it.
Yes.
Yes, also
Always.
that. Although I will say, the only part I'm not sad about is putting the Shadowrun back on the shelf and the rule set. Our story that we told together will live forever in infamy. This rule set can just enjoy a nice life at a farm upstate, and it's fine. Everything's fine. How are you?
We're all fine here.
So.
I want to get it. Yeah.
What?
Sorry, I was looking for my water bottle. Anyway, I want to say it hasn't been that bad. It's definitely better than I remembered Shadowrun.
We've played 30% of the rules.
That's how I do most role-playing games.
All right.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's all I
Carry
want
on.
to say.
That's the correct amount.
Yeah. Now, where the hell is my water?
Sam wasn't here last time. So really, we have a double recap. 2 games ago, we had the Talking To, the epic Talking To, where Jane settled up accounts with all of the secrets and just laid into all of you. She let you know that she knows you're a banshee, and she let you know that spider is dangerous and should be, carefully regarded.
Echo's not going to do that.
Right. Well, she communicated with you, and in the aftermath of those meetings, Jay's character Ashen took off to I don't think deliver the guitar. Right? He was.
No, he was on his way back to Rise Corp.
He was just going to go to Rise Corp, check in, talk with Security Chief Lee, make sure Bones was okay. And there was also a thing on there where Lee was like, "Oh yeah, I have something I want to talk to you about, but not over the phone." Mm-hmm. It's fine. Mm-hmm. Everything's fine.
I'm sure it's working out just well.
And the that went fine. Everything went fine, and he got there without any complications. Actually, what happened is he rolled very poorly on a luck roll. In fact, glitched it and got literally clotheslined off of his motorcycle.
Right.
Ambushed, managed to camouflage his way to cover until you all got rousted out of bed to come save his ass.
Yeah.
Which you did, effectively. And, caused a big mess. If you have any damage still on your character sheet, that is an effect where we are going to pick up from there. So just be aware of that.
Okay.
But we're going to sort of roll forward from here, because you were supposed to have about a week to address the Rise Corp situation. That's not like a hard goal, because it was from Jane. She's like, look, within a week we need to deal with this. And so really it's within a week she needs solid information that you're moving forward with it.
Okay.
And then last game, 2 weeks ago, we did a little a side plot. Not an alternate universe. It was this universe where the players were high threat response team crash cart responders who only dealt with the highfalutin clients. And they were called out to rescue one Jasper Cochran. It turned out 2 of the people on the response team remembered that name from the Desert Wars, and remembered him as somebody who went by the call sign the Rooster. Mm-hmm. They found him in a building surrounded by clown corpses and exploded motorcycles. A building that had somewhat collapsed in on itself. And down below was the Rooster on death's door. He had blasted his way through many, many ghouls and hellhounds, but at the expense of most of his right leg. The response team came in. I'm going to put air quotes around rescued him, because they immediately applied the red stuff, capital R, capital S. And that is the red stuff.
No. Badges.
No, I'm here for it.
Yeah, you like it.
Yeah.
Drop
You like
it.
the red stuff.
Try the red stuff. It's delicious.
Yes, have some.
Don't believe me? Ask the dishes.
Whoa.
Is that where we were going? All right. Beauty and the Beast?
I was just trying to come up with a more in-line rhyme,
Yeah.
but my brain failed me.
Yeah, mine did too.
Yeah, I think we all feel let down.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of how most people feel about it.
So anyway, the that material was applied and was really a pretty horrific scene. As in tendrils of flesh self-animating and re-knitting themselves. And the audience, at least, witnessed that his body cannibalized some of itself to rebuild, to conserve the mass required to rebuild his leg.
Ooh.
While you watched over the course of a minute or so.
Yikes.
Which was horrific. And he went into a induced coma, and you took him to the crash cart response facility.
Probably for the best.
Did I understand the timeline correctly? That was what had happened while we were in Denver?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay, so that was current?
That was while you all were fighting the nerd gang.
Oh, uh-huh.
That day.
That's what happened. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's this also happened.
Gotcha.
Now, the thing that that is not quite lined up yet is you went to fight the nerds in the morning because that was an issue for Mac's character, Gremlin, who's not supposed to be in the daylight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was real salty about it.
Right. Fortunately, her meta type isn't one that just bursts into flames in the light, but you do receive at least a -4 bonus when you're in the light. So. Oh, right. So that was in the morning. So the slight time dilation is that rescue of the rooster was tonight, right? Is like 12 hours in your future.
Gotcha.
So we're not going to see the rooster on screen during the day today, or tonight. But I do want to pick up with, so you all have, looted a bunch of the nerd gang. Mm-hmm. This gang may actually be completely routed because you took out like a dozen people, right? Mm-hmm. You also took home a bunch of weapons. I think we wrote down loot, right? Mm-hmm. And the oh dang, you probably have a recap from that game.
I sure do.
Oh, I'm sorry, I just steamrolled right over that.
I mean, I could read it if you want or not. You choose.
Well, I feel bad that I did that. Do you want to read it?
No.
Oh, jeez, now I'm in trouble.
It's fine.
For shame.
I'm going to find spiders where I don't want to find spiders.
Which is everywhere.
She didn't need to read it. She only prepared it in case you wanted it. It's for your benefit and edification, really, if you don't appreciate it.
Humorously summarized our entire session for the listener's pleasure, but now I'm not going to read it.
She's not mad, just disappointed.
No, I actually do want to read it if you don't mind. The listeners will also be mad at me for not allowing a Sam recap. So,
Yes,
all right.
Also, by the way, I'm sorry, but your nails are fucking amazing.
Oh, yeah, they are.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Like iridescent,
It is so cool.
I love it.
Yeah.
awesome.
Okay.
So, we will be picking up with the very end of what you're about to read. So,
Yes. Do you want me to read the whole thing or mostly the fight?
I think let's start from the beginning because there may be stuff from the conversation that I skipped over. So
Totally. Let's see. Jane's text drew the crew to her apartment, 111, on the ground floor, reluctantly. Ashen waited outside for the other three. The door opened as Rooster leaned down to beckon us in. Jane came around with a tray of tea, set it on the table, and invited everyone to help themselves to some tea in a very mandatory way. She settled into the couch with a blank expression, then pulled an 8-inch stiletto out, pricked her finger, and put a few drops in Gremlin's teacup, admonishing her for not coming to her about her health. The tea is a truth-encouraging serum. She is mad about our shadow running, but tells us we can stay if we step up and do some hard work to protect the collective. Our actions brought some unwanted heat from the clown jewels. Also, Torgum the Quiet is looking for us, which is not good. Echo and Gremlin tell her about their interaction with the dragon. If Torgum approaches us, we are to include Jane in the conversation. Until then, Jane wants us to focus on bringing Bones home and taking down Rise Corp. Jane tells Gremlin she can ask her anything about her condition. She stays behind to talk to her. Apparently, 30 years ago, a vampire lived in the collective. Adding blood should allow her to eat or drink normally. And Jane tells her that her aura is weakening. She has to feed, or she will eventually die and go mad. Not in that order.
Yeah.
Jane offers to try to find out more. Most similar creatures have to feed on a lunar cycle. She's saved 2 clowns in a freezer in Rooster's bunker to try and find out what Gremlin's dietary needs are. Are you okay?
Yeah, there's just a lot
Weird.
of sound coming over the mic, so just trying to figure out.
Nothing in my headphones.
Is it me?
That matters.
Is it me?
Is it me?
I think it might be you.
Mm-hmm.
Trey.
It might be you.
Puff up.
Let's see. She also warns Gremlin that she can't hide herself from the astral plane anymore. They agree to meet at Rooster's in an hour. Outside, Echo and Quinn are waiting when Gremlin comes out. Quinn offers whatever help she needs, and then turns to leave just as Rooster is coming out of the rec room, chuckling at the vampire porn that Quinn accidentally group chatted everyone. Quinn gets a text that his apartment 213 is ready now.
Oh yeah. Pause just for a second. Adam, have
Yes.
you listened to this episode?
Yes, I have. Yeah.
Where Joey was playing Quinn.
Mhm.
That's an
Yes.
important detail that the lister may not have picked
Oh,
up on.
yes. It was
Yeah.
great.
Yes.
It was very good.
Wasn't terrifying at all.
You did it great.
It was picture perfect.
just fine. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And the whole the apartment right above you guys and right above all the spiders. That was
Beautiful.
beautiful, terrifying but beautiful.
Echo asks Gremlin how things went with Jane. She's feeling weird and awkward about everything. Echo offers to go with her for clown lunch, but Gremlin doesn't really want her to see that. She picks up the giant machine gun to take to Rooster. He identifies it as a Stoner Ares 1212 and tells her that it has a smart link she can pair with some goggles and suggests putting it on a gyro vest. Gremlin follows him downstairs to his workbench to show her how to mount up the gun. He's a little surprised that she can carry it around, because it's huge. Gremlin reaches out to Hutch to procure a gyro vest. It'll take a week to get, but she can source it. Echo decides to go talk to Jane about her magical upgrades. In the apartment, Jane is in astral space. Echo leaves her body on the couch to speak with her. Jane's form is like the ultimate guru form. She asks Echo how Spider has been treating her. Jane impresses upon her that Spider's motivations are alien and that it doesn't really care about her friend's well-being. She warns her against seeking a spider coven to initiate and offers to teach her herself. Echo asks her about her upgrades, and Jane tells her it's pretty normal for spider mages. Ashen goes to his apartment to retrieve the guitar, contacts Bones to relay the info Jane gave us. He also calls Agnes Lee and lies his face off about why he was gone from Rise Corp, and that he's coming back soon. Clown lunch. Rooster and Jane unload a body out of the freezer. Gremlin stands
More of a brunch, really.
awkwardly. It is more of a brunch, really. There wasn't a mimosa, it's not a brunch.
Correct. Yep, I stand corrected.
It smells a little stale to her. Rooster yanks an arm off and hands it to her. She feels put on the spot, but takes a bite after a few awkward minutes. Gremlin doesn't feel hungry anymore, but it doesn't restore her essence either. It's helpful for daily maintenance, but she may need a live donor. Rooster asks her if she should save these bodies or incinerate them. She's ready to toss the leftovers because they're 6 days old. Jane's very supportive and wants to help Gremlin learn to live with her new reality. The next day, at 6 a.m., Bones contacts Ashen. She can modify his ID to give him in-out privileges, but he has to go in to give a DNA sample. He sneaks out on his motorcycle about a mile from Rise Corp. He hits a taut line and is laid out flat. There's gunfire and people running. He calls Gremlin over the comlink while scrambling for cover. Good news! He's in a chameleon suit. The attackers move around but don't spot him. Gremlin picks up the comm grumpily, and Ashen tells her he's pinned down and needs help. She wakes Echo, who calls Quinn, and they make for the van. Ashen continues to hide, turning off his gear when the attackers talk about using an EM scanner. A very grumbly gremlin drives the van, suffering in the sunlight, and they roar up to where the locator on Ashen's motorcycle is. Ashen hides. He recognizes them as the Nerd Gang, and there are at least 8 of them. Gremlin spots Ashen's bike, and sensors pick up some people walking around. She lines up the SUV with a thin section of wall and guns it. Echo and Quinn brake for impact as the van crashes through the wall, mashing through one nerd and sending another flying. It is now parked in an ex-Radio Shack, inches from Ashen, who narrowly avoided the damage. He runs at the knocked-back nerd and knocked them the fuck out with glowing hands. Gremlin notices 3 people coming up behind the truck, hops in the back of the truck to get the machine gun. A couple of nerds laser target Ashen, while other nerds shoot at him, but he uses the dude he was punching as a meat shield. Quinn notices the nerd has a comlink that is super expensive. These nerds have Avalon gear. He throws open the SUV door, yells, "Carpool here" to Ashen, and suggests taking their tech. He opens fire at a nerd on top of the building across the street, the second shot causing him to fall to the lower floor. Echo hops out to cast clout at a lady hiding behind a dumpster. She staggers, stunned. Gremlin opens the back door, startling 2 nerds, who she opens fire on, taking out their legs. One guy jumps to cover. Ashen runs over to punch the staggered lady, grabbing her comlink and tussling with her. Dumpster cover guy takes aim at Gremlin, attempting to fire a grenade into the SUV, but it skips and goes off. Staggered lady tries to shoot Ashen, but he takes the gun away from her and shuts it off. The guy who fell through the roof gets up and tries to sneak, but Quinn spots him and shoots him. Echo clouts grenade guy, and he stumbles from cover, where Gremlin shoots him, drilling through the dumpster and dropping him.
Important to note, clout is a spell.
Oh yeah, it is a spell. That's what I do.
Right, as opposed to just punch the dude in the face.
No, I don't do that. Do that with magic. Ashen fights with his opponent, sweeps her leg, and knocks her out. The trio in the van are having trouble hearing, but text with Ashen. Quinn runs out to patch him up while Echo gathers up the tech. Ashen is pretty hurt, so Echo does a magic about it with Spider's help. Oh yeah, we healed him.
Yep.
We got 3 Uzis, 2 Ares Alphas, 1 grenade, 8 Tranus Avalon, 5
Transis.
Transis? I don't know. Transis. I didn't put the C in there.
That's SYS.
SYS? Oh, that makes more sense.
Yeah. Like trans systems.
Transit. Yes, thank you. Comlinks. 8 of those.
Yep.
Those are pretty pricey.
Yeah, those are all very expensive comlinks.
Sweet.
So first, Coyote, how long have you been on the road?
I left about a week after everybody else did.
Okay.
I was picking up some small jobs out in Colorado, and I'm headed back to Seattle, back to Greenwood.
Okay. And for you to be traveling through the Barrens, let's say, here's something I want to gift to you in your, there'll be a spin-off series about what Coyote was up to, right? Or a Christmas special. But in your work, you made contacts, made friends, accomplished some things. I think you managed to acquire a chameleon suit for yourself.
Lovely. I will take that.
And also managed to get, I don't think you would have been able to pay for it, but somebody who had access to ruthenium polymers painted your bike for you.
Yes.
And when you're riding, you'll look like a blur, but you'll look like the Predator blur.
Yes.
Right? So, and when you park or roll slow, you'll be almost invisible.
Yes. What kind of polymer is that again?
It's RUTHENUIM.
Perfect. Lovely.
And it's sort of a paint-on substance. There's sensors all over your bike to be able to get it to stimulate the polymer to look like the right thing of what's behind you from that angle. And it's, any, like, even superficial damage to your bike will render it basically unusable. But now it would be a repair as opposed to having to pay for the whole thing, which would be thousands of new yen. So,
love it. I will take it. Thank you.
Yeah. So, you've been on the road for how long this morning?
I'm probably left in the middle of the night
Okay.
to make it easier and try to avoid any entanglements I wanted to keep out of.
Sure. And did we establish, is your bike like a liquid fuel or battery or
I
what?
think, well, it's the Suzuki.
Yeah, but those can
Mirage.
be
Oh, either or.
Yeah, you can swap it. Could
Probably
be.
energy.
So a battery.
Battery, that's
Yep.
what I meant, yeah.
Okay. Cool. So yeah, that's a pretty silent roll as you're going through. When you enter the Barrens region, it's a pretty good idea to flip that on and go stealth mode. People can see that someone's coming through, but they can't. It'd be really hard to shoot at. I'm like, why bother?
Right.
Somebody who can afford that kind of stuff is probably worth rolling, but can also defend themselves. So sort of 50-50 risk.
Right.
You pass through the Barrens, and pretty quickly you get into that area where a lot of the Barrens doesn't have real good regular coverage. Like you would need a sat nav to get matrix connection. But when you get close enough to Greenwood Collective, it has like a several mile radius of broadcast range that then uses their matrix connection and sort of provides that service for Greenwood folks. And when you get in range of that, the couple hours that you've been out of network is when this morning nonsense happened.
Right.
And suddenly all those group texts roll in of
Right, yeah.
you're like, oh, hey, come help. And you get some of the like battle dialogue as well, of like, no, look out, dive under the thing. And you're like, oh, I don't know. How do you react as that's coming in?
Oh, yeah, it's very much like getting off an airplane, getting all the texts.
Yep.
Yeah, he immediately wants to head over to, if it's all that's in the text, like the scene of the battle, to see, hopefully they all made it out. And if not, hopefully they're all still there if they need help.
Okay, so what I'd like you to do is roll your reaction plus your pilot ground vehicle
Okay.
plus 2. Oh, sorry, no, reaction plus stealth.
Reaction with stealth. Sneaking, yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
plus 2.
Why do I have...
Because it's actually not a difficult drive, it's more about going undercover.
Okay. Plus 2. All right, we've got 1, 2, 3 successes.
Great, that is plenty.
Perfect.
You sail through the Barrens, you know right where your friends are because you have all the locators, but find my friend's phone. And, you come up on the 4 of them kind of, collecting weapons and putting stuff in the SUV, which is also pretty banged up, too, because the grenade went off right next to it. So a lot of your windows are shattered but not blown out.
Yeah.
So they're just like spider-webbed, like the shatterproof glass. Let's have everybody roll initiative. Not initiative, sorry.
Okay.
Oh, God.
PvP!
Yeah. No, thank you.
Yeah.
Everyone please do intuition plus perception minus 2. And minus if you have any wounds still.
Oh.
Perception.
Do we add our like pluses to perception from our like earbuds and fancy glasses and whatnot?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so minus 2, you said?
Yeah. Okay.
A whole lot of nothing.
3 successes.
Damn.
Okay.
5 senses.
Perception
right?
is my
Yeah.
thing.
2, 3. 3 successes.
Okay. You just had 1 6, right?
Yes.
Can you roll 1 more die?
Yes.
And Adam, can you roll 3 dice?
Just a 1.
Oh, that rolled weird, but okay.
Okay. No more successes?
No.
Great.
Okay.
Just
So with 3, you've tied with the stealth, and usually tie goes to the actor, right? And he's the stealther.
Sure.
So you're aware, like, something's coming. Both of you have this, like, prickle up your neck kind of feeling of like someone's nearby.
Yeah.
What do you do about that feeling?
Well, I wonder, does our comm system kind of go known user or like familiar user in language or something?
With stealth mode on, you would almost certainly be you'd switch on like one-way communication.
Yeah.
Because that would be bad to then be identified by your radio signal.
Yeah.
Right.
So you're receiving but not sending.
Yeah. I think I just kind of like straighten up. Like something's out there. I think we're being watched. Something's coming, and just kind of like get my gun ready. But
I think at this point, Gremlin is like slumped along the inside of the back of the car while you guys are gathering stuff up. I think she's probably like real out of it because of the timing and everything. And I think she's like, you say that and she gets up very wearily and just kind of like, oh God.
Were you injured pretty badly?
I have 2 damage.
Oh, okay. So
That's pretty minor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Echo is she probably feels better now that you mentioned it, because she's like, oh no, is my PTSD acting up again?
Why not both?
Yeah, why not both? She's like, oh good, did you feel that too? Something's weird. And then maybe look around with, like just look through astral space, I guess?
Oh, yeah, you want to sense?
I want to sense it, just to see what's coming.
Joey, did you want to roll astral masking, or...
Oh, yeah,
Okay, roll your 0 dice.
Okay, good. You mean my chameleon suit doesn't have astral?
No.
Damn. What good is it then?
I thought I saw something. I know I saw something.
So I roll a sensing plus what? Plus magic?
Yeah.
Okay.
And in this case, it's more like you automatically see someone coming, but you're going to need to see if you can tell who it is and what your reaction is.
Yes.
Just because hilarity could ensue.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see.
You immediately identify.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's 3.
And I actually find this is a good time to mention some of our Edge additions tonight. So, did I mention the retweets in the show already? My brain is
I
fuzz.
don't think you did.
I don't think
You
so.
mentioned
Okay.
before we started.
Yeah, and I mentioned it in the Crash Cart game. So today we had a good amount of retweets that went out, and for every 2 retweets, we gave the group a pool of Edge. So we've got 7 Edge in there once I accounted for cast member retweets. Come on now.
You didn't specify on Twitter.
Nope, I specified right now.
How dare you?
I can change the rules whenever I want.
And here we were helping promote this show.
Joke's on you.
We won't make that mistake again.
So anyway, we have 7 Edge in the pool. An additional adjustment is that anyone may spend Edge on someone else's behalf to either pre-purchase Edge for their roll or to buy a reroll. The other uses of Edge, you have to spend your own Edge. And you're not obliged to spend on anyone's behalf. Sam can't say, oh, I'm going to spend Joey's Edge. Like, well, not unless Joey says so.
Yeah.
So that's an important difference. And because I'm evil inside, players will also be able to regain spent Edge by rolling the black and white dice that I made and that I know most of our players despise.
They tried to murder me.
They did. They
Yeah.
basically did murder you.
They did murder me, but
Right.
I came back from the dead.
Maybe they would like to apologize.
I don't trust them.
Well, that's all right. If you need to replenish Edge, that option is available.
Now they're just looking at me.
Yep.
And that will replenish your personal Edge. The Edge pool, when gone, is gone forever, and it will not come back next game either. There's no rollover minutes here. So
Got
use it or lose it.
Got it.
So what do you do?
So I recognize that it's Coyote, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Oh.
from a good ways off. too.
Okay. She's like, oh, it's Coyote.
Oh, fuck.
He's coming.
slumps back down.
Yeah. Relax. He'll be here in a couple minutes.
Yeah, and you can hear this conversation too.
It's really nice to have surprises that don't end up in us being shot at.
Yeah.
At least I hope so. You don't think he's going to shoot at us, right?
No.
Can I shoot? Completely missing, but just enough to hammer that point home, because I can hear you. And maybe kind of make you guys aware that you're broadcasting it, you idiots. Oops. So I'm assuming you would like me to make a roll for that shot? Or
I just want to make sure you don't glitch it.
Oh, but why would you say something like that?
No, we're all gonna die.
I never glitch.
Maybe you should roll the black and white dice just in case.
Yeah, I have all of my edge. You cannot tempt me, Frodo. Oh my god, I can't find anything on this sheet anymore. Firearms, there we go. 3.
I don't understand the hate for the black and white dice. They've been pretty good to me.
Yeah.
I mean, they literally murdered Sam's character.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they definitely murdered me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got
Holy moly.
so
Okay.
many.
It's a bunch. Yeah.
It's a lot.
You do like a trick shot.
Oh, yeah.
With something, like spin the sign and then knocks over into something cool. And
I shoot a can that's near Queen's head.
Yep.
It's perfect.
Pew! It's echoing.
Does that mean he can hear us?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, and also remember, you're all still having trouble hearing, like, audio. It's starting to come back, right?
Yeah.
But you currently have the like subtitles turned on for your whatever visual gear you have set up.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Because your earpiece will hear it and then provide closed captioning. So
Nice.
Yeah. I look in the direction that I think Yodi's coming from and just like flip the finger at him.
and then pretty soon you all can see the blur at his approach. The silent motorcycle stops and
Oh yeah.
I mean I assume you're showing off.
Of course I am. Are you kidding?
Yeah. Okay.
With a flourish. Well, I'm glad to see you guys can keep a low profile.
Thanks. I'm real glad you're here now.
Well, I tried to get here quicker, but haven't figured out that teleportation thing on the bike yet.
Oh, and more sarcasm to go with it. Your bundle of laughs. Thanks for showing up.
So, were you just killing this gang out of spite, or was there?
No, that's on me. Ashen is like in the back of the truck where I think you like stitched some sort of web pattern on him, or I think Drew, not Stitch, but
Drew.
Yeah, because his like chest cavity was a little mushy,
Oh, right.
so
Have to
like
web it back together.
wiggly bits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should get him to some long-term care.
Yes.
No killing out of spite.
Now,
Um,
if I'm not mistaken, though, didn't you actually heal all of his damage,
Oh yeah, I think I healed him pretty good.
or most of it
at least,
least?
most of it. Yeah. He still needs to like.
Well, I think his
Go take a
plan
lay
is
down.
to go, check in at.
He did want to keep going.
Yeah.
To Rise Corp.
So we're
yes.
gonna drop him off at Rise Corp
Okay.
and let him then go. And then
Yeah.
don't like walk him up to the door. Say,
Play nice with the other
yeah,
kids.
I love you.
Put him in a wicker basket, ring the door, and run away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goodbye. Be a good spy.
yeah.
Remember, every gear in its place.
It's good. So the so you're collecting equipment. Getting like Ashen's sort of like stiffly getting up and adjusting his camo suit as well, which is turned off at this point, but he's just like, oh, ow.
I don't remember. Was this bike destroyed or damaged?
No, he got knocked off of it, and it just politely pulled itself off to the side
That's
of the
right.
road.
All right.
Because it was like, oh, excuse me.
Sorry.
And nobody shot at the bike because the nerds thought this is going to be a spoil, right?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
oh, cool, we get a bike.
That's right.
Awesome. We're I don't know what I was gonna say. We're just taking things from the people who died.
Well, they're not
Because-
using them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if if you would like to help, you can help. Did you get bored in Denver?
Job only lasted a week. Plus, can't be that long from sister. Carmen. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's her name. Love her to death.
Whatever the fuck.
Right? Check the tattoo.
Yeah.
Carmen. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, a couple of you did this already. I want to update your karma. What's your total karma at?
My total karma is at 54.
Really?
And then I have 15 unspent karma.
Oh, okay. Well, then that's where you should be. Oh, I probably juiced you up a little bit when we thought you were just a guest.
Right.
Uh,
That makes sense.
What are you at?
I'm at 35.
Okay, so you
Yeah,
need to
12
gain
unspent.
15
Okay.
total and current.
Okay.
Right? Just want to put everybody at 50 or more.
Yeah.
So we collect all this stuff. We drop off Ashen. There's no fuss really, unless there's something we need to establish in that scene.
You do notice that my street speak has gotten better.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
He's definitely keeping up the conversation more
Yeah.
smoothly.
Yeah.
We can move on to the advanced flashcards.
Fluffy.
Sure you don't want that to be your street name? It's personal. You can be proud of it.
Maybe Queen Fluffy, I think. Queen Fluffy.
Careful what you say, Ashen says. He's like getting ready.
Yeah.
I think Queen Fluffy strikes fear into the hearts of millions, right? No?
I'm just quivering in my boots over here.
The spiders are all hiding in fear.
Okay, but seriously, for you two, did anything cause you fear before this? Yeah.
Define fear.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly my point.
Well, it definitely wasn't Queen Fluffy.
No.
Yeah, I'm not afraid of stuff either. I think that's something Jay would say.
Yeah, good elf. Good elfing.
Yeah. So, Ashen gets on his bike.
Mm-hmm.
You get on your bike. You guys get in the truck. We get Ashen kind of close so that he can
Yeah.
go the rest of the way on his
Drop
own.
them off around the corner.
Yeah. You don't want to embarrass him in front of his friends.
Yeah.
And we know he's going in to then, make contact with Security Chief Lee and Bones and start paving the way for you all to be able to get in when it's time to get in.
Mm-hmm.
But you're now, starting down the road of doing whatever else you need to do. From there, would we head back to the collective probably? I mean, it's the middle of the morning for
Oh,
you.
yeah.
You'd probably like to go indoors
Yeah,
forever.
it was there for an emergency, and it's like as soon as I can get back to the collective.
Or, are you sure you want to go back to the collective right now? Let's go somewhere fun and not where I'm gonna get yelled at.
Oh, we already got yelled at.
Yeah, you already got yelled at.
With it.
I got a text on my way back in when I got connected to the system
Look,
again.
You can do what you'd like. I'm going back to the fucking collective and my bed.
It's almost daylight.
I mean, it's
It
the
is
middle of the
daylight.
morning.
It's daylight.
Oh.
So much daylight.
Oh, okay. Wait. Okay. Sorry,
Yeah.
I had the brightness turned down on my goggles. Oh, yeah. It is daylight.
Yeah, because I think you
Sorry,
guys.
I just feel like I wasn't really myself last time, or today,
Yeah,
until
'cause-
this moment.
Out of sorts a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah, yeah.
Everything was kind of revealed, I think, last time to the group about what's going on with Gremlin,
Right?
right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So, but you wouldn't know that. yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah. Anyway, it's daylight. We should get going.
Yeah, I don't know how much longer I can stay up. This is horrific.
Yeah.
Roll body plus essence, please.
Uh-oh.
What is your current essence?
4.
Yeah, that's not great. And you should interpret that as being 1/3 dead.
Cool.
Oh.
All right? Does that make sense? Like out
Yep.
of 6 essence? Yeah.
Oh no!
Not a glitch.
Not a
See?
critical glitch. It is definitely a
Dice
glitch.
are the worst.
Yeah, these dice are garbage.
Do you have
dude.
any open edge to...
I have 1.
Okay, so regain an edge, because you rolled the black and white dice.
Okay.
Oh, could somebody pass me like 12 dice?
I don't want to touch them.
Wait, can I re-roll with that? Or?
Oh, you could spend an edge and re-roll.
Yeah, I want to re-roll.
Okay.
Yeah, please do that thing.
But I'm not going to give you more edge, and then you just infinitely roll the black and white dice.
That wasn't stated previously, so as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, the book
Super
rule is you
clear.
can only spend one edge on a roll anyway, so that's it's
That's better.
Yeah.
not a disaster, is what that is. Okay. So yeah, you can feel your body kind of shutting down a little bit. The gut rot, the kind of this like tight feeling in the back, like in your molars, like in the back of your mouth.
Yeah.
And you can also feel your fangs starting to extend a little bit,
Okay.
like almost against your will.
That's exciting. So, getting spookier by the second.
Perfect.
I mean, when you focus on it, you can pull them back up, but it's like learning how to wiggle your ears. You know, it's sort of a weird muscle to control.
Yeah. Well, and when you're tired, your
Uh-huh.
ability to do that is... I think, like, they're probably more noticeable now. And so, you know, she looks at Quixote and it's just like, I really, seriously need to get back to the collective.
Yeah.
The yelling at is not fun, but then it's over.
Well, you're all still alive, so it couldn't be as bad as I expected.
Yeah,
But-
she definitely didn't kill us.
Yeah, well, it was not off the table on the drive. Anyway, yeah, let's get you back. This is... Are you okay? I know I've asked you that a couple times, and I haven't gotten a straight answer from you yet.
I'm definitively not okay.
All right.
I guess I'll drive.
Well, that's probably a good idea, actually.
Yeah, someone else should drive.
Yeah, I'll. I know how to drive. I just can't do like sun driving. So there's,
I don't think Echo knows how to drive.
yeah.
Well, maybe. It's,
I mean, maybe like in theory,
right. Yeah, okay.
but Gremlin does that.
Yeah, you don't have to have points in pilot ground vehicle to
Right.
drive
Yeah.
from here to
Yeah.
there.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Okay,
yeah.
fair, good.
Yeah, points in the skill is like stunt combat driving, that kind of stuff.
Right.
Yeah, and, Gremlin clambers into the back and just, like, slumps again against the side of the vehicle and is just, like, out cold.
Yeah.
I'll run point. Make sure you don't have any more surprises.
Okay, just don't stop suddenly because I can't see you anymore.
Easy enough.
Well, actually, now that you're in range, you could set up your
Yeah.
friend or foe so that they can't
Oh,
see
nice.
Okay.
you.
Ooh, what's your code?
How many Avalons did you pick up, the comlinks?
8?
8.
8.
Okay, so if we give one to Ashen, is that an option?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know Gremlin was pretty mad at him, so just
Oh,
like
yeah.
slap it out of his hand.
None for you.
No!
Okay, so I'm going to assume everybody has a Transis Avalon
Okay.
comlink, and then that would still give you 3 to sell. They're worth $5,000 each.
Nice.
And they have a device rating of 6, which is an important detail. So if somebody tries to hack your comlink, you're going to have 6 dice to roll in defense of that.
Oh,
so.
nice. Okay. Very cool.
And it's also just an incredibly powerful handheld device, right? It's basically a computer. So
Is this the kind that can like, like if we have things that are like, with like a link?
oh yeah, if
Trade.
you got to plug a SIM module into it,
Yeah.
it's basically a baby cyber deck.
Yeah.
But if you want to look at cyber decks, we could do that too.
Oh God, no.
What?
Simpsons Vertigo. No, I just mean like some things like I don't remember what it was. Like my med kit, like you could it had something about linking.
Oh yeah, I mean it's just you could control it wirelessly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, you could control it comlink wirelessly. If you have like wireless gear in your brain,
Yeah.
then yes.
Okay.
I don't remember if your comlink was installed in your head or not.
No, I don't think I had a head thing installed, but oh yeah, the wireless, the wireless trait. That's what it is. So yeah, I can. My med kit can. So if I use it wireless, the med kit provides a dice pool bonus equal to its rating to first aid plus logic tests, or can operate itself with the dice pool of med kit rating times 2 and a limit equal to its rating. So, okay. So basically, if I do a first aid plus logic test, I can add my med kit rating of 7 to that now.
Correct.
Okay, cool. Woo!
I mean, that was the case before.
Oh.
You've had a comlink the whole time. You just got a much better one.
Oh. Okay. Boo. Okay. So we should have been playing with 31% of the rules, Jason.
We were.
I can only do so much with what people
you.
listen to.
Listen.
I mean, Quinn was last time.
Wow.
Fighting words.
I know. Somebody just told me I don't know how to play my character.
Savage fan.
Right? Yeah. Warp.
Anywho.
Right.
All right. So the 4 of you get back to the collective. You probably go back to your room.
Yep.
What are you up to?
I have a little bit of stun damage from the battle, so I think I'm also going to take a nap.
Okay. So quick rage nap.
Quick rage nap, yes. Different game, but
Okay.
yes,
Yeah.
also same.
All right. For you?
I think, well, if he doesn't ditch me because he's too cool for me, I'll hang out with Quixote and kind of fill him in on what he's missed.
Even when he has to respond to Jane's text?
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah. Are you going to see her?
I think better now than later.
Yeah, postponing didn't help.
Yeah, I mean, who
Probably
would
made
like
it
sneak
worse.
up to their room and try to avoid the conversation entirely? That's just a wild
Right?
stretch.
In the building she owns and can see every corner of.
Yeah, in retrospect, it doesn't seem like a very good idea. Yeah. Do you want me to go with you?
No, I can be a big boy and take my lumps.
Okay. I have an apartment now, 213. If you need anything, hit me up.
Good. Maybe check in on Carmen. Let her know I'll come to see her when I'm still alive.
Yeah, I'll go drop in and check on her.
All right.
She'll be glad to know you're back. She's been asking.
Yeah, it was hard not being able to message her, but it's hard when you're also doing it for her.
I get it. I got you.
Great.
Yeah. So I'll go go find Carmen.
Okay. And you're going to go talk to Jane?
Yep.
All right, let's do that real quick.
Oh, I was hoping we would just.
Well, we are going to
No,
hand
it's
wave
fine.
a little bit.
It's
Would you
fine.
like me to play your character this time?
Just because we've already done this,
yeah, for
and,
sure.
and we have a sense of how that conversation goes, where she says, "You've broken the rules. You need to come clean about that." And it's just the question of how much do you try to hide? So that's the question.
Oh yeah, I don't think he's really going to hide much of anything.
Okay.
Because I mean, his work with Geo, it's kind of been hard to hide, and I think it's a bit of a relief to be like, all right, well, since we're opening up that can of worms, ta-da!
Yeah. Okay.
I am mostly mushy now.
Yeah. Yeah. She can tell. So
I assume with a 0.25 essence.
yeah, that shows up
Yeah.
on the astral radar. And I think it's supposed to apply a -3 to charisma checks at this point.
Oh no.
Yeah. I think it's -1 for every 2 essence loss or something. So.
It's fine. I don't play charisma characters.
You just, it's harder to relate to people.
Oh no, for
right?
sure.
That's
Absolutely.
what happens is your brain's full of machines that, And I take issue with the game suggesting that for like a basic prosthetic, it would do that. I've talked about this before on the stream, because that's some ableist bullshit. But the essence loss in this way, to me, is about things that go beyond, just simple, facility.
When you have muscle replacements and bone lining and
Right.
He's more machine now than man.
Right. Yeah, like computers in your brain that don't turn off, and
Right.
jack up your reflexes so you experience the world in slow motion. Like that's gonna fuck with you a little bit.
just a little bit.
So you're giving up something for that.
Where's that music coming from?
Right? Exactly. So the conversation goes similarly, where she's disappointed. She expects you to pitch in with this effort to get Rise out of here, and that's that. And listeners, for the final 4 episodes here, we may just go to 5 episodes if everyone is available to be here at the same time. Would like to have you here for all of it.
I'm here.
Okay,
You got
great.
it.
So we'll just go to 5 players, and
Yay!
hooray! But that might not be until the finale, because I know a few of us have random Mondays where we can't be here. So, but it sounded like everyone was free on the finale, so that's
Sick.
Yeah.
that's going to be good.
So,
Okay, so did you want to have anything specific in the Carmen scene, or just that you're interacting with her?
No, just to maybe sort of establish, like, I've been kind of, like, subbing for Quixote maybe while he's been gone, so, like, the last week or so.
Quixote that much of a dom?
But
Armor jacket.
Yeah, all right.
But yeah, I think I've been kind of like sort of her surrogate brother.
Oh, okay, so you've been like hanging
surrogate
out with
big
her,
brother, yeah.
making dinner.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I've been like taking her food and stuff like that, and like just kind of looking out for her since somebody wasn't here.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Oh,
Not
also,
intentionally,
you've
though,
come back
actually.
with $40,000 in liquid new yen.
Hooray!
Thank you.
I see that. I don't understand it, and I refuse to acknowledge it.
Okay, and you're going to bed.
Oh,
Or
I
what?
already done gone to bed.
Face plant. Okay,
Yeah.
got it. And Echo, you were encouraged by Jane to do some research into what she called initiation.
Yes.
And what is your care? What is Echo's approach to this? Understanding that, like, Jane has given you some texts of like, here's kind of how some people do it, but you're going to do it on your own without a group, or a library or a lodge or whatever group of people. There's lots of different ways to do this, but you're going to do it solo.
Right.
How do you sit down with that? Like, what is your activity today?
Well, basically, she's giving me some text. So I'm gonna do the thing where she sits down on the floor, cross-legged, with all the text spread out around her, and kind of chats through the process and her thought process with Steve and the spiders.
Yep.
I don't know how much help they have to offer, but it's kind of like how, at home I just talk to Fenris while I'm working.
Right. Well, so at this point, in game terms, Steve is a level 1 free spirit, a force 1 free spirit.
Aww.
And so it's a spirit that you don't have control over.
Yeah.
And is really, a force 1 is almost nothing, right? Like, it really can't affect the world in any
Sure.
meaningful way. But it is interested in you, and it's sort of manifested through the plane of beasts, is what that would be called usually.
Okay.
Although arachnids probably have their own plane, actually. They're probably from the plane of insects, because they eat insects.
Yeah.
So
Makes sense.
So this spirit has come through, attracted to you, and then basically possessed this pile of spiders. So
Awesome.
that's
Gross. You're welcome.
Yeah. Yeah, and so that's what you become aware of. Like, I don't know. You could tell me the degree to which Echo understands this, but Steve did not start out this way. Like, Steve was just you talking to the ball of spiders in your room.
Yeah.
And now it has evolved, right?
Okay.
Your intention and will has changed what that group of spiders is.
Steve 2.0.
Yes.
So
That's very good.
it's important to know that that's the case.
Cool.
So you want to sit down with the books. The first thing you do to do initiation is an Arcana plus Intuition check to see how long it takes, which is something we rolled before.
We did, yes.
And managed to get our time down to a very manageable amount of time. We rolled off screen. I mean, we did that before the game tonight. And then the thing that I wanted to roll was your, basically that conversation, or that process launches a conversation between you and Spider.
Okay.
So before we have that conversation, I'd like to have an opposed charisma plus negotiation test.
I don't have negotiation, but I do have some charisma.
Do you have
edge that you can?
Do you have etiquette?
I do have etiquette, yeah.
Okay.
Can I use that?
Yeah. How much is your etiquette?
2.
Okay. So let's roll etiquette -1 since it's not exactly the right skill.
Okay.
Normally it would be your attribute -2 for not having the right skill, so etiquette's in the right neighborhood at least.
Okay.
And spirit is...
Do you want to spend any of the edge?
Well, you could pre-spend so your 6s explode and add your entire edge attribute to the roll.
Ooh. I do have 2 edge right now.
Might be worth it.
What's your edge total?
2.
That's their maximum?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So even if you had spent 1 edge, you would still add 2.
Okay.
Right? When you pre-spend, you add your whole edge attribute,
Yeah.
even if you spent some edge points.
Okay.
So you get 2
Let's
extra
do it.
dice and
Am
the
I
6s.
spending from mine or the Twitter pool?
That's up to you.
Go for the Twitter pool.
Maybe spend Twitter pool first.
Yeah, let's spend Twitter pool. Let's take one of these out. Okay.
They go away at the end of the episode, so...
Sure, might as well use them.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's 1 exploding 6.
So that's 3.
Mm.
Reroll this guy. Nope. 3 successes.
Okay, well, good news. You tied with the essence of Spider.
Yay!
So you are on even footing to have this conversation.
Ooh.
And the conversation really is a whole confusing mess of like images and sensation and a lot of very esoteric back and forth that would look great on screen and be very strange in podcast format. So
Just gonna have to imagine it.
yeah, would blow the whole special effects budget on this like psychedelic, no, not psychedelic, but
Yeah.
Basically it ends up being that are you sitting in your living room? Mm-hmm. Okay, Gremlin's asleep in her bedroom, and at some point you look up from the books, and there is this very tall woman with very dark skin sitting across from you on your couch. And she's kind of just back with her arm along the back of the couch and her legs crossed, and she's in sort of a diaphanous black dress that is just past the knee, and you know right away that this is what your mind has conjured up as Spider.
Okay.
And she even is sort of looking over her like, oh, this is interesting. Okay. How much of that have I gotten wrong? What would Echo dream up as Spider's personage, aside from monster spider centaur thing? Because she also is like, her inspiration is to not be what she thinks a human would be scared of.
Right.
Right?
I think you nailed it because, like, not scary, but a little intimidating. So,
Yeah.
like, she would be played in the movie version. She's played by Grace Jones.
Sure. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Can we do shaved head, Grace Jones?
Oh yes.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's what I want. And you realize that, as she is sort of looking over and looks back at you, each of her eyes is 4 eyes, like inside, like the eyeball is like 4 eyes in
cool.
there. And the this vision says, "So you're ready to move forward with your studies?"
I think so.
I like that. I was starting to think you wouldn't want to.
Oh no, I love to learn.
And solidify your commitment to our cause.
Of course.
Excellent. What can I do to make this process easier for you?
Well, I mean, I'm having trouble understanding like what I need to do, I think, to move forward.
I can impress the rituals to your mind and make them your own. This is a simple task for me. Minds are like a complicated web, and they're simple for me to pick apart and put back together again. I can help you with that. But to do that, I would need something that shows your commitment to me, as this is an effort on my part.
Well, sure.
And I think to make it interesting, I will offer you 2 options. One is relatively simple. Your physical form should become less important to you. And through an act of will and sacrifice, your body will become lesser as you focus on what your mind and your magic can do. It's painless, mostly, but permanent. Otherwise, it doesn't really mean anything.
Well, sure. It's not a sacrifice then.
The other option is to find someone for me to eat. I don't care who. But there is a proper way to prepare them and leave them out for me. And like Santa Claus, I will come and take my cookies and milk.
Anyone of my choosing?
Well, I don't mind. Literally anyone will do.
Do I have to decide now, or can I think about it?
When you're ready, you will know the required process. When you're ready to commit to a course of action, I will make it known to you how to do so.
Okay. I'll give it some thought.
Very good. And she sort of like uncrosses her legs and gets ready to stand up, and then just in a sort of smoke that looks so thick you could pull it apart, like a cotton candy black smoke, just sort of vanishes across the living room, and you almost feel it waft over you.
Neat.
So.
That's pretty cool. Steve, did you see that?
Steve's fucking terrified. If a level 1 spirit could pee itself, it would.
Just a little spiritual piddle on the floor.
Yeah.
Did you set something on fire again?
No, sorry, I was just talking to Spider. She made me an offer I can't refuse.
Okay. I'm going back to sleep.
Okay. I'm gonna practice some magic in the living room.
You can hear Gremlin's stomach growling.
You need to eat someone.
It's not usually how that sentence goes.
I need to sleep.
Okay. Well, if you get too hungry, there's blood in the fridge. Don't worry, it's mine.
Yeah, that makes it better. I just gets back to bed.
In the presence of the so astral space everywhere in Shadowrun has what's called a background count. Normally, like in the city, the background count's anywhere from like 1 to 3, and that could be positive or negative, right? It could be like in a public park where like a city shaman has like made an effort to sort of clean the astral space. It could be 3, and it's a really clean 3, right? It's a healthy place. You could also have a place that's toxic, right? And has a background count of 3, but it would be like -3 to dealing with stuff. In the Greenwood Collective, even after all of her effort, Jane has it to like a +2, right? And the surrounding, the immediate area, like the streets right around there. But outside of that, most of the Barrens is like -3, -4, right? It's toxic and evil. It's angry, right? That's what it is. It's hateful. It's hurt, and it's sick. That's what astral space background count is. In this moment, Echo, your apartment has a background count of 6, positive.
Ooh.
And it's draining, right? That's going away.
Yeah.
But if you wanted to invoke Steve to be force 2, it would be a relatively simple task.
Yeah, why would I not want to do that?
Well, because Steve is an independent spirit, a free spirit, and can do whatever they want with whatever power you give them.
Well, yeah, but we're friends.
Okay. So let's roll magic plus the background count, which is 6,
Okay.
plus your conjuring. It's a lot of dice.
Oh no, it's too many dice. Okay. Okay. 6. Okay. And then magic, and then my conjuring is 4. Okay. Oh, I was just looking to see what my power focuses did, but I picked combat spellcasting for the power focus. By the way.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Yeah, I figured you'd do spell casting for that.
Yeah. Makes the most sense. I use that the most. Let's use some of these. Okay. Roll all the dice.
Diversity in dice is actually important.
Let's re-roll that one.
Okay.
It's cocked.
Yeah, it is. 1, 2, 3. Sorry.
We were all thinking
4,
it. It's fine.
5, 6,
What?
7, 8, 9, 10.
What?
Yeah.
It's still a 3. 10.
It really wanted to be a 3. Did you
really
say
wanted.
10?
Yeah.
I have 10 successes.
Yeah.
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 Listen, my dice like me to do weird shit.
Jason is broken.
Oh, that's a glitch. The background count succeeded and glitched.
What does that mean?
Background count is just
Um,
confused.
I'm gonna take a photo of this dice roll because it's the best I've ever rolled in this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't blame you. It always feels good. That's how I felt when my insert coin dice rolled
yeah.
after getting a pep talk.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was amazing.
Right. Yeah, that's 10 successes out of 17 dice. Looks like it's good times.
Yeah, I like it. Okay, so previously we haven't said much about whether Echo fancies anyone. Has that come up before?
I don't think so.
Okay, are you picturing her as not being particularly interested in romantic relationships, or this doesn't matter? I'm not just asking this randomly.
Oh, okay. I think she's a little bit interested in Francois
Oh, right. Okay.
because they have similar goals, and also he sounded hot.
Okay. Cool. Okay, good to know. So your sort of coordinating of the conjuring energies in this room are so powerful, it goes beyond what you were expecting to do. It's like 1 + 1 = 17, right?
Yes.
Whoops. Whoops, all power. And you know also, like, this is an incredible impact on the local area. Like, Jane is going to know that you did something. Okay.
No.
And the the Force 1 spirit that was Steve swirls and coalesces, kind of like you know the little nanite bots in Big Hero 6, right? It looks kind of like that, but instead of nanobots, they're spiders as they like swarm around, and then turns into a flesh and blood man. Looks like would be the 20-year-old son of Grace Jones, right? So whatever you imagine for that,
Yes.
that's fine.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I can imagine quite a bit.
Yeah. With also like black silk trousers, but no shirt. 'Cause we have to have trousers because it's the CW, right?
Yeah.
So,
Sure.
but
Good creative camera angles.
yeah, that's true. But yeah, he's got pants. And you know, I'm not even gonna have you roll. This is a Force 6 free spirit,
Oh no.
Oh,
which and now that you've been sort of intimately involved in creating this being, or at least juicing it up 6 times than it was before.
Phrasing.
Yep. We're not doing phrasing anymore.
he says in his con voice.
Happy Jacks.
Nice.
There is no phrasing, only GM now. This person is on par with your fiery friend,
Oh.
and now you have a sense of like, you know, like conjuring was never your main thing, but you're
Yeah.
suddenly getting a better feel for how this works.
Sure.
Even though this was not what you intended to happen, it was like, okay, let's turn on the sink, and then the tap blew off, and there's a fire hydrant in your kitchen.
Sounds like Echo.
Yeah. I think also it's the sort of thing where you would probably be, you know, like when you wake up yelling about something and you don't realize you were yelling. What sort of noise would Echo make? Is it like your like out of body experience? Really, this thing is a river flowing through you.
I think she makes kind of that noise that Mrs. White makes in Clue, where she's like, it's like a real quiet, like, ah! Scream.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I think it's safe to say Gremlin's never heard Echo make that noise before.
I think he's super groggy, stumbling out like, what is...
Yeah, that's
What?
like an emergency noise for sure. And there's a boy in your living room. I mean, a man. He's,
Yeah.
The fuck?
This is Steve. Hi, Steve.
He's whispering. I'm not going to whisper into my mic but his voice is a whisper.
Did you introduce Steve to the other Steves?
Nope, that's Steve.
I am Steve.
I did a conjuring, and I did it a little too good. Now he's Super Steve.
I will owe you 3 favors.
Oh, thank you. That's so sweet of you.
Okay. So...
Goodbye.
Oh,
And he walks towards the door, opens the door, and just spiders pour out onto the walkway that are immediately like, you're like skittering away.
just like, bye.
And I mean, some of them also come in,
Yeah.
like up to the ceiling, and
Yeah.
probably a little bit more spiders than there were before, but you don't keep count, so.
Was Steve always a sort of person thing, or how...
No, he was like a level 1 spirit. He was like I mean, it's hard to explain. Like, first it was just spiders, and then I talked to them a lot, and then it was a spirit, and now, oops, it's a man, sort of.
You get a on your comm link from Quinn.
Uh-oh.
Oh, and of course, it was 8 abs.
Oh,
Because
Naturally.
it
Yeah.
has to be.
Thank you. Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah, 1 ab for each leg. Yeah.
Yep.
You know. Hey, Echo.
Yes?
The spiders are cool, but there were a lot of extra, and they just kind of ran all over my walls. Could you ask Steve to just kind of like pull it back a little bit, like maybe only 1 or 2 at a time in my place?
Okay, I'll ask him, but he does what he wants.
Okay. Yeah, if you could just ask, that would help, because it was like 11 dozen. And it was
Yeah.
a little creepy.
Sorry, he wanted to go somewhere.
That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, maybe just like 1 or 2. Thanks.
You got it. I'll ask.
And let me know if you need to draw some blood later, okay? I'll come down.
Oh, yeah, thanks.
Cool.
All right.
I need a fucking drink.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel awful.
Yeah, you don't sound so good.
Yeah,
That was your gremlin stomach. It's my expert Foley work.
you nailed it. It was like I was really there. Yeah, no, I need like a drink. I'm gonna put some of that into some of the whiskey I have stashed away, because the levels of strange are... I don't even know anymore. I don't know anymore. Between you, me, and Steve, apparently.
Yeah, you should have seen spiders on our couch while you were sleeping.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
What color are the walls painted?
I think like a really dark, kind of bluish gray.
Blue-gray? Does that sound right?
Sure.
Okay. So then it's pretty easy to see. I was thinking like standard apartment off-white.
Oh, definitely not.
Okay, then. You can see about 100 spiders on the wall above where your couch is. And they are in process of creating they're working pretty quickly because there's 100 of them. But they are totally collaborating. They're different breeds of spiders. They're like, okay, this is magic. But they are creating a tapestry.
Oh, they're making us a present.
And it's,
I hope that's what it is.
and it's white silk against the dark blue gray. So
Cool.
that's why. If it was an off-white wall, it probably wouldn't have noticed it right
Yeah.
off.
I wonder what it's gonna be.
Fuck if I know.
Cool.
Okay.
I'll let you find out.
Yeah. Let's jump forward a little bit. So that evening, unless you were going to do something about food during the day.
Probably gonna do something about that with a little bit of the blood that was stashed away.
Oh, okay. Just
She's
to like
stashed.
tide you over and then.
Yeah, and I
okay.
am definitely putting a few drops into a glass of alcohol and
Yep.
drinking the fuck out of that.
Yep. She also pretty much implied that you could put blood on anything.
Yeah, I
like
kind of got that.
Cheez-Its or,
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the whiskey.
Yeah.
And I imagine that, like, Gremlin is feeling pretty rotten, I think, like, consistently now.
Yeah.
Especially with the essence
Yep.
down like that.
Yep. Makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oops. You okay?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So you pour yourself a drink, and I think this is your first real drink
Yeah.
in like a month, right?
Yeah. I think
It hits like a freight train.
I was just about to say, I think Gremlin is a little toasty, and
yeah,
it's probably
like one shot, and you're like, here we go.
and it's probably poured a second shot and is sitting on the couch watching the spiders at this point,
Yeah.
and just like
Watching them work.
yeah, just like, please don't watch me while I'm sleeping, Steve, because there's only a few boundaries I have.
You have the distinct impression of the message, no promises.
Great, fuck it. Fine, watch me sleep. Have a great time. I can't guarantee a riveting show, but who knows? I feel like shit. Probably dying at this point. It's all good. You weave your bullshit and... yeah. Cool.
I really didn't know what to do with 10 successes.
Who does in Shadowrun?
Yeah.
Jeez.
That's alright. That felt fun, though.
Yeah,
Right?
that was good.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it. I want more Steve now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there will be.
Yeah, I mean, my sister seems happy, so, fuck it. Welcome to the family, Steve.
Yeah. You actually get a sense of, like, gratitude. Like, your message is received and appreciated. It's not in words, but... yeah.
Somebody's got to look after
her. Roll a sensing plus intuition. You have a little bit of a sensing now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's actually a sensing plus magic. And your magic is just going to mirror your essence for now.
Okay. Two successes.
Okay. So the thing that is being woven on the wall is not directly by Steve. It's like as if Steve summoned a spirit,
Oh,
which
Oh.
doesn't seem possible. Like, you've heard a little bit about how spirits work. Like, that's not, spirits can't summon. They, that's crazy. But it does seem like whatever's being formed here is some sort of magical artifact. I don't think you have enough experience with enchanting to know, but
yeah.
it's an artifact of some kind.
Yeah, and I think she really does get kind of... She's got that, like, super, she's smashed talking to the spiders, and then kind of realizes, like, she really might not actually be there for her sister much longer.
Oh.
And I think kind of tanks a little bit more.
Okay. Drink to pass out? Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Got it. Should we pick up with Nightfall?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. I forgot to have... when she's back, I am going to have Echo roll Drain.
Oh, yeah.
Twinning.
We did it!
Yay!
That was great. What, for you two,
Yeah.
you were helping each other out, talking to Carmen. Carmen's excited to see both of you, like you're back, but also is telling you about how much fun she's been having with Quinn. She would call you Quinn. So
Yeah.
And is basically forcing both of you to like sit and have dinner with her.
Oh, yeah.
So we don't have to go through all of that, but by the time it's evening and she's gonna go watch TV or whatever, how does your evening start?
I think once Carmen's kind of like distracted, I'm like, so what did Jane say?
Well, she told me what you guys are up to. Clearly, I'm all in. She wasn't thrilled that I've been working with Gio.
Yeah.
But when I explained it's all for Carmen, she seemed like she understood.
Did she?
Well, she understood the intention, not the action of it.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Okay. All right. Cool.
So, what the hell's going on with Gremlin?
Oh, well,
This is good. You two vamp a little bit.
that's, I guess it's out now. I don't want to go too much into detail, but basically she's got a strain of HMHV, right? Is that right? Sorry. In character, Quinn absolutely knows the but HMHV. So there's going to be some adjustment. She's definitely nocturnal now, so we're kind of like mostly only operating at night. So make sure you get some sleep because we probably will have some stuff to do tonight.
And this is what's been wrong with her for, what, the last month?
Yeah, quite a while. Yeah, since we first broke into Rise Corp several weeks ago, she got bit.
And she didn't bother to tell anybody.
That's kind of a gremlin thing. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I didn't really know them that well at that point, so yeah. But I guess the dragon kind of figured it out, and Jane figured it out, and so now it's kind of out in the open. But I don't really want to tell much more about that. It's kind of her thing to talk about. But
Well, I mean, based on the way she looked at the end of that fight, I'm guessing she's not taking care of herself.
maybe. I think that was a daylight thing. But she's not really eating. She needs to eat. Like live food, if you understand.
I don't, but I'm okay with that.
Yeah, so that's a thing we're probably going to have to deal with at some point. But hopefully she'll only eat people that deserve it.
Yep, that sentence didn't make me feel any better.
Oh. Well...
I mean, I've got no problem, killing people who deserve it, so it's not that much further, but... Ick?
I'm learning not to judge. There's, usually several dozen spiders in my room at any point. I have spent weeks shadowrunning so that I could have some reason to stay here to hang out with my grandma, and unfortunately I made the choice to do the one thing that she doesn't want me to do. So, yeah. But I've learned some non-cuss words in street speak. So I guess that's going for
No, I'm impressed. I think most of those conversations in street speak.
Yeah.
Especially since Karma doesn't street speak, so we can speak more freely and openly.
Yeah. So that's what's been happening, and everything is kind of falling apart. So we'll see how that goes.
Falling apart, like how bad? Like,
Well, Ashen's at Rise Corp. Bones is at Rise Corp. Don't know if they're going to make it out. Gremlin's an new thing. And Echo is less human than the non-human. It's fine.
but the collective sound
Yeah.
is still a safe place for Carmen.
Jane's here.
Just making sure.
As long as Jane's here, nothing's going to happen to this place.
All right.
You can count on that.
Well, then it sounds like I need to make a pot of coffee.
Take a nap and then make a pot of coffee. All right. It's going to go crash for a couple of hours before it gets dark.
All right. That's good. Echo,
Yes.
I forgot to have you roll Conjuring Drain.
Oh, you did.
And since it's usually against the force of the spirit,
Uh-oh.
Yeah. This makes me excited.
I'm gonna have you.
Do I roll against the force of the spirit I oopsed, or... Okay.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do an opposed roll
Okay.
with that spirit's force, and I'm gonna give him a bonus because he was summoned with 10 successes.
Okay. Oops, I magicked too hard.
Yeah. That is the case, but maybe not. So you only have to take away 2 successes.
Well, I got 2 successes.
Oh, whoops. Okay. So, the good news is, it doesn't matter that you lost control of the spirit. You never had control of the spirit. But you do take 6 drain.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Well-
it's only stun damage.
I guess she's gonna take another nap.
Yep.
She's like, whew, that spirit was hot. I'm gonna lie down.
What a mood.
Time to have a lie down.
Saw a hot ghost, need to lie down. Story of my life.
Love it.
Oh, man.
All right. Night falls. Roll for damage.
So, how much of that stun do I...
Let's
off?
let's roll your body plus your willpower.
Okay.
Night falls, everyone dies.
Yeah.
Hopefully not.
So there's this gazebo.
Wait, no, one more. Ah! 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. So yeah, you sleep for 4 hours, heal 4 stun.
Okay.
What about physical damage? Healing that and resting.
Well, that depends.
Just
For
curious.
you.
I'm sure it does.
Would you like to roll your body stat, or would you like to roll your body plus essence?
One of these is a trap. I'm not sure which door leads out of the dungeon.
Trap is all doors lead to the dungeon.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna just roll body.
Okay.
Cool. That's not horrifying at all.
And if you're a new listener, Mac has agreed to not know the numerical stuff of what's going on with her character, so there are in-character questions that she can't answer and wanted to keep it a secret from herself. So, all right.
I got 1 success.
You heal 1 box of damage.
Okay.
Because also you are essentially stabilized without having to do anything extra. Like, you don't need first aid for that.
Sure.
But you also have access to other types of healing, should that become an issue. You've actually already used that ability.
Yes.
So.
Interesting. All right.
It's a fun way to play.
So how much damage do you have left?
1.
Okay. That's nothing. You get banged up a little bit. How much damage did you take in the fight?
Apparently none.
No, he didn't take
Good
any.
job.
Thank you.
All right. So, did Echo take any physical harm?
No, just
Okay.
stun damage.
Okay, cool. So, it's evening.
Yeah.
It's, I forget what night it was. Yeah, it's evening.
Okay.
So I'll come down and knock on your door. Room 13.
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh, hi. Sorry. Just woke up.
Yeah, I figured that. I just grabbed a nap myself. How are you feeling?
About as good as I look, which is not good. Trust me, I'm well aware.
Okay. Yeah. I was going to offer a medical opinion on your appearance, but I feel like you've got that under control.
Yeah.
Did you eat anything?
Yes.
/ drink anything?
Yes.
Okay, right. I'm only asking, because I'm concerned about your health, right? I'm not trying to be nosy.
Yeah.
Okay. I've been told I don't have a lot of bedside manner because I just ask questions like a boop.
Just boop the banshee's snoot. I cannot.
Well, I thought that my night couldn't get weirder, and then you did that. So, congratulations.
Conversations. Yay.
Are you coming upstairs too?
From the doorway,
Yeah.
as you part from the boop. Are we doing that now?
We are most certainly not.
What are we not doing?
Booping.
I just woke up. Why did you boop my nose?
Yeah, we're no, and more no.
Or no. Okay. Sorry.
On the wall above the couch in this apartment is this beautiful, intricate, of that sort of shimmery white spider web material, an abstract pattern. I don't think any of you really recognize it as something specific, but it's this, sort of flowing design. I think the closest thing any of you would recognize, you could tell me if your character would recognize it, a bunch of the patterns represent the golden ratio that you see in nature all the time. Mm-hmm. And so there are, spirals and other constructs that reflect that mathematical truth.
I have a 3 in biology knowledge, so I feel like I would probably...
That's your choice. Yeah.
I actually just kind of go, wow, and I just sort of walk into your apartment, even though I haven't technically been invited in yet, but charisma too. I just kind of walk in and I just I'm just analyzing it and staring at it. So.
Yes, Steve's been busy.
Oh, they finished it. This looks great, you guys.
That's a lot of web for
100 spiders.
100?
Yeah.
Okay, is that so? All of the ones that came up through my apartment, they came down and worked on.
Those were outgoing, Steve.
Oh, wait.
The apartment door opens, and there's nobody out there, and then you realize there's a carpet of spiders on the walkway outside that, as it comes through the doorway, piles up into a shape, right? So 6 foot tall Steve comes back into the apartment, closes the door behind him. It is almost as if he only has this form in the apartment. Crossing the threshold made it possible for him to, maybe that's true, maybe it's not, but that's what he did, is he formed up into
Echo
it.
can work with that.
And he is physically manifested, so those of you non-magics can see this guy, again, very dark skin, almost certainly the son of Grace Jones. Also shaved, slick bald head. Actually, really no body hair that you could see, and 8 well-defined abs, and everything else.
Echo looks fucking delighted.
So everybody, Steve, everybody.
Wait.
I'm sorry. I thought Steve had 8 legs and was about that big.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Yeah, so Echo did a magic about it.
I magicked a little too hard and... Hi, Steve.
I wanted to say thank you. And he gestures to the tapestry of web. I hope it suits you.
Yeah, I love it. It's beautiful. Thank you.
Oh, good. I'm glad. Do you like it? You live here too.
Yes. It's certainly something.
I'm sorry.
No. It makes my sister very happy. It makes me happy.
Out of character, is that true?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I am. Gremlin is happy if Echo is
Okay.
happy.
All right. Very good.
I flip on my bio monitor, and know all my sensors.
Yeah. There is a
they,
physical, flesh and blood human being in the room with you.
I just walk over and just grab his hand and just like press on his wrist, like.
Yeah, he allows you to take his hand and is sort of watching you curiously because you're not doing anything to hurt him. He's just. And then he takes your hand and is like trying to do the similar thing.
Oh. Yeah, feeling for pulse, blood.
Oh, yeah. He has a pulse.
Can I just, examine,
So he looks to Echo and raises an eyebrow I don't know, well, a place where eyebrow because he doesn't have any hair.
Yeah.
He's like, is this okay? He doesn't say that, but that's the
Yeah.
clear expression.
She's like, I don't see why, as long as it's okay with you.
He shrugs and turns back, but doesn't say anything.
oh, okay.
There's a lot of points where he should say something in the conversation and doesn't. He just is like,
Yeah, I give him, a full, exam,
get your stethoscope out.
Yeah,
and,
listening to breath sounds, like looking in his ear, the whole.
98.6 degrees, yeah.
About halfway through, I'm going to lean into Gremlin. At least got past the vampire porn.
Yeah, straight on to Spider.
And you hear this, raspy, breathy chuckle from Steve.
So, I think it's the first time that you've been in our
Yeah,
place,
I'm
too.
not-
Yeah.
Yeah.
definitely recently.
Yeah, so
I think-
Gremlin's going to be like, by the way, welcome to our place.
Yes, it's always this weird.
I suddenly understand both of you much more.
I think once you get kind of done with your medical exam, oh, right, hostess, do you want to sit down? Come in and sit down?
He mostly seems confused, of all right.
But it's a sit.
I wanted to make sure you received my gift.
Oh, I did. And I love it. It's wonderful.
Good. When you would like to ask a favor of me, you may ask that, and it will relay your message.
How convenient. Okay.
This space is different now.
Mm-hmm.
The building is different.
Oh, the whole building?
You should... Oh, she's coming. And he just disintegrates into a pile of spiders.
Oh, no.
And, all the way across, over everyone's feet, they're scattering for under the couch and wherever they can go to not look like a million spiders. Right?
Yeah.
They just look like hundreds of spiders instead. What's everyone's reaction initially?
Uh-oh.
I'm going to have my finger just hovered over the switch to hit the camouflage suit.
Mm-hmm.
Just in case.
I think Gremlin reaches a... You're not going anywhere.
You
You're
hear
stuck here with us right now.
just a quick, double tap on the door, and you hear Jane's voice, may I come in? It's pretty clear she means to come in either
Yeah.
way. But
Please come in.
Everybody else has.
yeah. So she comes in, finds the four of you just standing around awkwardly staring at each other. What did you do?
Oh my god, Kia. There, you don't. There's a spider person,
There was-
human. He's
Stop.
Stop.
There was one ley line here. Now there's two. There are two intersecting vertices in our building. This is more attention than I was ever accounting for.
I did not intend to do that. I just wanted to help Steve be better. And I magicked a little too hard.
What does that mean?
I did the conjuring too good.
You conjured a spirit.
Yes.
That brought a ley line out of the earth?
Yeah, it's not just a spirit. This is like a person. She made a person, a living being.
Was it fully corporealized?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I've got bio readings. He had a pulse.
Please tell me it's bound to you.
Mm-mm.
Fuck. And you could probably count the number of times you've heard Jane do a cuss.
He owes me favors, though, and he made me a present.
You mean he's promised you favors?
Yes.
If he were bound, he would owe you favors.
Yes, he promised me favors.
This is not good. I need to go update all of our wards and account for the amount of power that is flowing through our little collective. Please don't do any more summoning in the collective. And you can tell she's like, it's all she can do to say this like quietly and reasonably.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go downstairs now. And then she leaves.
Oof.
Okay, I think she's mad.
You think?
She's definitely not fluffy.
Definitely
No.
not fluffy.
My conjurings never went that well before. I didn't.
You can
think
also
that
feel
was gonna happen.
the lingering background count here has now completely evaporated to its normal
Okay.
level, except instead of being a 1 or 2, it's decidedly a 3. So, the basic background count of the Greenwood Collective has increased by 1.
Oops.
How is this not the most amazing thing that anybody has ever seen?
Well, I mean, it is, but it also might draw attention, which we're trying not to attract right now. So it's not the best time for me to have suddenly become like an amazing conjurer by accident.
You all get a text message now. It's from Bones, and you have a multi-tiered... It's like a 3D image object that you can look... She has the entire floor plan of the building, minus where we know there was a secret room. She hasn't been able to get drones in there or get clearance for herself, or she's moved up the ranks of the tech department, but is not privy to that yet. However, you have this extensive bit of information. You also get... she has intercepted an email that didn't get to its intended person, but the essence of the email said, Bones needs to be brought in for a secondary interview because there's been some questionable activity on her console. So she's sending you that, and the notion that she also sends a message of like, I think I need to get out of here sooner rather than later. Here's everything I can send you. And she has some access codes, the full layout of the building, guard schedules, all that kind of stuff.
Looks like the proverbial jig is up.
Yeah, has anyone heard from Ashen?
No.
I'll try and text Ashen real quick. You up?
The message isn't even received. It doesn't even say delivered.
But it was sent, right?
Well, yeah, you're sent. It just didn't go anywhere.
Yeah. What does this mean?
It means that we have to do what we told Jane we would do.
And now you get another message to really the 5 of you. You could tell it's supposed to go to Ashen as well, from Jane. and says, I'm trying to find Rooster and I'm having trouble. Do you know where he is? Did he go out?
Oh. No.
I haven't heard from Rooster. I haven't seen him all day.
I've been...
Sleeping.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Yeah, so I'll text back. None of us have heard from him or seen him today.
All right. Well, she says, I'm busy. Can you check the basement, please?
Yeah. Text back, yes.
Let's go right now. We've got to...
And by the way, both of you, Gremlin and Echo, can feel the like swirling magical energies from 20 feet down on the ground floor that they're Jane's energies. Like you can identify that, but like she's working some big magic down there.
Ooh, and I think this is still, that would be a very new sensation for Gremlin, so she's kind of got like
a little bit of that tilt-a-whirl sensation.
Whoa.
Are you all right?
Oh.
A little dizzy?
Yeah, Jane's doing a big magic. Feels kind of wobbly.
Yeah.
Get used to it.
From what you've read, this is the kind of magic that takes like 4 or 5 people working together as a ritual.
Okay.
There aren't 4 or 5 mages in the Greenwood Collective.
No. Like almost offered to help, but didn't want to get yelled at more.
That's probably for the best.
Yeah, I run up and just grab all my gear and then
We can check the basement, maybe equip ourselves for getting bones out.
Yeah. We've got to move while we can.
Yeah.
Okay. So you head down to the basement.
I mean, we got to go to the basement to the car anyway, right? To leave. So. Right, so
I don't think I park it in the basement.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you can. You can have started to park down there if you want to.
Sure, why not?
Okay. Yeah, I mean, the access is just like around the corner and in this burnt out building, and then it goes onto there. So.
Could the magic that you did earlier have done anything to affect where Rooster's at?
Well, I mean, I don't think so. It wouldn't, like, make him disappear.
I don't know what's possible anymore.
Conjuring, like, brings forth. It doesn't take away. That's banishing. But he's not a spirit either.
And you can tell, like, Gremlin is, like, hitting the very, like, edge of her rope. Like, this is, like, she has, like, nothing left to give.
It's like, she's like, no, it doesn't work that way.
Okay.
It has to be unrelated.
Okay.
Maybe he went out.
And when you get downstairs, his troll-sized SUV is gone. You can see a number of things, lockers, that normally he would, like, reclose and lock and do all that. A bunch of things are hanging open. That and they're all, like, troll-sized equipment. It's not like somebody came down here and raided his stuff, right? You would know about that. Also, there's a whole keypad to get in here. So it looks like he grabbed a bunch of stuff in a hurry and booked it for some reason. So, and you know that down here, from here, he has entrances to various, like, old subway tunnels and wide sewer tunnels that could fit an SUV. You know, it's pretty tight, but he has a whole network of tunnel data that he could drive through.
Yeah.
So.
I'll text him. Does he respond to a message?
He does not.
I'll text Geo.
Although it is delivered.
Oh, okay. All
That's
right.
good. I'll text Geo, see if he's heard anything.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Let's roll your contacts.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if I have contacts.
Were you not here that day?
Yeah.
Well,
he
Probably
was.
not.
What do you have for Geo?
We have Geo's. I have Geo's loyal 4, con 3.
Okay, that's fine. Let's have you roll 7 dice.
Okay. Oh, that's 7. Math is hard. That's nice. That was 3 successes.
Oh, okay, yeah. So Geo is on the phone with you and saying, no, I didn't hear anything, and you can hear, or you pull up a video call probably, and
Yeah.
you could see him, referencing his computer while he's talking to you, and like, hold on, let me look something up. And he says, oh, let me double check this. And he is confirming. He's like, it looks like he set off his crash cart alert. I mean, I'm not so. Don't tell him I know that. I have a last location.
Yes, please, and thank you. If you can pass that on.
Okay. Yeah, he sends you it's actually like literal latitude and longitude. But
Wow.
So,
Rooster has a crash car contract?
more important, Rooster called them in.
Oh, yeah, I guess that is important.
Oh,
He wouldn't have done that unless he was in big trouble.
Yeah. Maybe. Well, do you know where he is?
I've got a location, at least last known location. How far is it from Rise Corp?
it's not near Rise Corp really at all. It's about 5 miles north of the Collective, which is definitely out of your sphere of influence. 5 miles is a long ways in the Barrens. And there are... there's actually just one gang between here and that space, but it's a gang that is actively antagonistic towards Collective folks, and will pick them off if they can. And if you go over land, but you could cross-reference that location with his tunnel maps. He has like the Batman computer setup of all the screens down there, and you could see he mapped out and again left it so quickly he didn't close everything down. He there's a series of like connecting green lines in his tunnel network of how he was going to get there.
We have a lot we need to do, but I think that Rooster is the priority here because he's going to be one of the few people that can help protect the Collective if something goes sour with us at Rise.
I was thinking the exact same thing.
Great. I also think we should tell Jane.
Isn't it?
Excuse me.
Oh
I
yeah,
know
we
she's
should let her know.
Busy, but we need to include her more in what we're doing, so she doesn't have to just yell at us after.
Yeah. I'll put it all in a text message, all the info, including the location and all that, and send that off to Jane and tell her we're on our way to go.
Okay.
I don't know how this is going to work, but maybe you can tell me what to roll. I'd like to use his last known location and my knowledge of gangs to kind of see if I can navigate. If he were taken from his last known location, where would be a likely place he would have been taken to?
Oh, like if a group of gangs
Right. Because that's kind of what I'm assuming at this point is if he hit that, he's either going to be there, or if he's not there, he was taken by a gang.
Let's roll. Do you have navigation skill?
I do.
Let's roll navigation. What's your gang knowledge skill?
1.
Let's add the 1 and add your logic.
Okay. Logic, yep, and 1. Okay.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Really?
Oh.
Just 1. 1 success.
Well, there's a lot of edge in the pool.
Yeah, let's do a reroll.
You get to keep 1.
Okay, I will keep that 6.
Yeah.
And I will spend that guy.
But
I am.
Yeah.
That's a little better. 1 better.
Wow.
It was 1 better.
That's hateful.
Yeah.
Those dice. I wonder what would have happened with the black and white dice.
I guess we'll never know.
Yeah.
I would have lost a finger.
I'll give you your edge back if you give up that roll and use whatever the black and white dice do.
Sure. All right.
Okay.
So the edge.
Put it back in the pool.
Dealing with the devil here.
And that means you don't get to fall back on the 2 successes.
Oh no!
Do you
I
agree
totally,
to this deal?
I do agree to this deal.
All right.
Let's make this interesting. Let's get weird.
It is signed. I have spoken.
This is the way.
Okay.
Well, this is definitely not the way.
No.
Okay, you got your 2 successes back.
Exactly the same.
It's fate.
It wanted that too real bad.
It is fate.
Yeah.
So the best you're able to piece together is the spot he's in is so far away from the Concrete Kings. It would be like it doesn't make a lot of sense.
Okay.
Like if he went under them because he was going to go check something out, he completely bypassed their awareness in their territory because his location is outside of any like really established turf.
Okay.
So that's what's confusing about it. He's like,
What is he doing out there?
yeah. It's very unlikely that the Kings would have brought him in.
But there is a tunnel path that would lead to that location.
Yeah, under the King's territory,
Right.
but, you know. So you could blast through the King's territory faster on streets, or under, and almost certainly be undetected. It'd just take a little bit longer to get over there.
I don't want to be picked off by a gang on the way to go find Rooster.
No.
All right. I think the option of trying to get there faster so we can save him and Bones quicker is something that might be worth discussing. But if I'm outvoted, I'm outvoted.
Yeah, but if we end up getting slaughtered by a gang, then everyone's screwed.
Yeah, we can't save either of them if we're dead.
I mean, at least I'm pretty sure that's how it works. I'm kind of getting a little fuzzy on what's possible these days.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I'm saying you guys took out the nerds in one battle, effectively.
Yeah, but they weren't expecting us. They thought Ashen was alone.
Do you want to camo disappear ghost sneak on your motorcycle and go ahead, and then we'll follow along behind?
That is a lot of potential for bad.
Yeah.
I'm just going to put that out there.
Oh, I'm aware.
As your GM.
Yeah.
It also could be brilliant,
Right.
but
Does
because
your-
you could get there so fast
yeah.
by yourself on a bike, even bad roads, you can weave in and out. But
Well, my concern is also, what if they're waiting for someone to show up and it's just me?
yes,
Does your motorcycle just hold one person?
you could take two.
I could take
But-
two, but I only have one chameleon suit.
Right. You would need
Oh,
another
yeah.
camo suit for that to be effective.
And who knows? He alerted Crash Cart, and I imagine it's kind of common knowledge that like Crash Cart would come and might like extract people, like
Oh,
how
yeah.
it works.
Yeah. I mean, depending on his level of subscription.
But we understand the mechanics of how.
Right.
Yeah.
If he has a more basic subscription, they're coming in by land.
Yeah.
You know, and they'll be driving in, and so that could take a long time. If he has a more expensive subscription, which, he has a lot of resources, but he doesn't seem like the kind of person who could shell out $50,000 a month.
But he also didn't seem like the one that we thought would have like a Crash Cart
That's true.
account in the first place.
Well, I mean, a lot of people have a basic crash cart or dock wagon, where like a regular, armored ambulance is going to come pick you up. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Was there a timestamp on his beacon when it was hit?
no, he wasn't able to pull that information because it's all encrypted anyway.
Sure.
And Geo did like a fast hack to get that. You would need like Bones' expertise to get more than that.
Okay.
I'm just saying there's a lot of variables. I think we need to play it safer.
All right. I can live with that.
Okay.
Everybody in the
yeah.
truck.
Okay.
Actually,
You two,
out of character.
Gremlin and Echo, you're aware that you have been joined in the basement by the astral presence of Steve.
Oh.
It's not manifested, so guys, you're not
that's
aware
fine.
of Steve's presence right now.
yeah.
That's
and
weird.
Is in this sort of there's a very sort of ghostly humanoid shape, and just walks over, mimes opening the door, even though it doesn't open the door of the truck, and pantomimes getting into the truck, and it's just sitting in the back seat,
Oh.
waiting for everyone to get in the truck.
Let it get in. You're coming with us, Steve? Awesome.
He just nods.
Okay.
Steve's here?
Yeah, he's coming with us.
He's like full-grown Steve or a little spider Steve?
No joke, it looks like he's looking at a phone. In astral space, he's sitting in the chair, looking at something in his hand,
Yeah.
just sort of, raise his head to be aware of the conversation, but just seems occupied with something.
Yeah. Full-grown Steve.
But in a different kind of way.
Yeah, astral version.
And you,
Oh, wow.
Echo,
That's
you
so
know,
weird.
it's a lot. It takes effort for a spirit to manifest. So, just being here is a lot easier in astral space.
Yeah.
Okay. I have got to figure this out because that is amazing. Because he was like a full blown like flesh and blood, like practically human. And like I assumed it was just because all the spiders just kind of like splooched together and turned into a body. Is that not how it works?
No.
Echo, you could feel Steve make a face. Like, he's grossed out by that suggestion. Like,
No, then that's
Ugh.
a little rude.
So is he just like one spider that turns into a human? This is...
Well,
Now, are we waiting for him, or is he here?
nice. Let's go. I'll tell you about it on the way. How about that?
Great.
truck heads out into the tunnels.
Yeah.
Yep.
Explain how spirits work to,
Yeah.
to Quinn on the
Yeah.
way.
Oh, that's fun. All right, so you're going through the tunnels. We're not going to have to roll a bunch for this, but at some point, you're coming up on a bunch of ghouls who turn around to see that, because the headlights are coming.
Yeah.
And they're like, ooh, and you're just going to have to plow through them.
Yeah.
That's slightly tricky to deal with that, so I'm going to have you roll pilot plus reaction.
All right. I got one success.
And okay, 2 ones. Yeah, that's all you needed. That's fine. Yeah, you plow through, you break apart ghouls left and right. Got to turn on your windshield wipers at some point.
Yes.
And you could smell the rancidness as you even with the windows up and yeah, before long, you have traveled under the king's territory and you're coming up on the location in question.
I'm just kind of looking around for any sign of conflict, of battle.
Oh, actually, that's a good... do you drive with the headlights on? Because you don't have to.
I don't think I need to.
No, you don't. That's my point.
No,
But
I don't think that
if you
I'd
want
be driving
extra
with...
illumination for everyone else, then that's...
I probably wouldn't even think about it at this point. It was just like as if I had already turned on the headlights.
I like that.
In the dark, what do our L5s see?
In total dark, not much.
Okay.
You don't have the dark vision.
No.
Right? So, you... Actually, the two of you... Actually, all three of you can't really see anything
Okay.
right now.
Yeah.
It's okay. Trust my sister.
Yep. Yeah, so at this point, it's like Space Mountain with all the lights off, going sideways and drifting, and at some point you hear thump, 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 all these bodies, splashing against the truck.
I'm focusing on the map.
Right.
Like, okay, I know where we are. I know where we are. I don't have to look. Just focus on this. It's fine.
Yeah, and Gremlin seems very just zeroed in and she's just navigating and not really having an issue.
Cool.
I think I'm so fascinated by your discussions of how spirits work that I don't even I'm oblivious to the fact that you haven't turned on the lights.
So, are you shotgun, Coyote?
Probably if I'm
And
navigating.
And you two are sitting in the back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Echo
Or
was
at
sitting
least
next-
the second
Echo
row.
was sitting next to Steve.
Yeah, I think Steve's sitting between you two. Mm-hmm. He doesn't really understand that. Has sort of put his hand through Steve a couple times, and Steve doesn't care. He's just
Okay.
I'm gesturing,
Whatever.
sticking my hand through Steve's face.
he doesn't care. I mean, he's not physically present, so
Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
This probably gives him a look like this guy.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? No, at one point, you're having this conversation, and Steve's like, that's fine, this isn't about me, really. Steve physically passes through Quinn and moves to the third row, and you feel this just chill go down your spine. Classic, ghost
Yeah.
walked over a grave,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Cold sweat, the whole thing.
Neat.
Gross.
Yeah. Okay, so you pull up outside a big hole in a wall that you could see. It's going into a building of some kind. It's not just going into another tunnel. But outside of the hole, on this side,
Yeah.
looking in, there is just utter devastation. Just bodies chewed apart by heavy gunfire. And you realize they're pretty much all ghouls and devil rats.
Yeah.
But they're just blown apart. And it's hundreds of them.
Yeah, I definitely bring the truck to a halt.
And although I was going to say, unless you want to do a real hard perception roll, you're looking at it in the dark, what am I even looking at? I think at this point you would have to turn the headlights on.
I think I get the sense of it, and I'm kind of leaning forward, squinting, because again, I feel like she kind of, absentmindedly felt that she already had the headlights on. I don't think she realizes that she didn't actually reach to do that. And she's like, holy fuck, what am I seeing here?
What are you looking at?
The bodies.
Can we see these also?
No, she hasn't turned the headlights on yet.
What kind of bodies?
Ghouls, devil rats.
And you're only vaguely aware that you're looking at a hole in the wall because there's a little bit of night light coming through.
Can you turn on the headlights so we can see?
I turn on what?
Turn on the headlights so we can...
Oh my... I thought they were on.
I thought you were doing a stealth thing.
Yeah, so did I.
From the back.
Well, that's new. Click, click. Turns on the headlights.
Oh, shit.
That's a lot of bodies.
Yeah, so again, it's just carcass, like massacre, right?
Is there any sign of Rooster?
In this mess, I mean, if he's in there, you're going to have to get out and look.
Yeah.
There is no way to get from here into that building without squelch, right? It's that gross. Just blood and guts everywhere.
I'm oblivious / focused / also medical expertise. Don't care about squish. I slide the door open and I just get out and turn on infrared sensors and all and all other kinds of bio monitors, looking for any sign of life, looking specifically for troll sign.
I'm sure it smells absolutely horrific.
Sorta.
Uh-oh.
Horrific /
Snack time.
You know how you don't want to like hot dogs? It's bad for you.
It's goddamn street meat.
Yep. Well, so first of all, Adam, I'm going to have you roll perception plus intuition +4 for your gear. You have all the right gear for this.
Perception plus intuition, you said?
Mm-hmm.
+4 for my gear. And then I have +2 dice to any logic test. Oh, but this isn't a logic test. Oh. Okay. Because I have analytical mind, +2 dice to any logic test involving pattern recognition, evidence analysis.
Yeah, add 2 more for that.
Okay, all right. So,
are you down any edge, by the way? Because I see you picking up black and white dice.
I am not down any edge. No.
He likes black and white dice.
I like the black and white dice.
Okay.
I think they're great, and they have done really good things for me. So.
Famous last words. Okay.
Holy moly!
Famous not last words.
See what I did?
I like to
Okay.
be complimented.
That
So-
is 8 successes.
In general, these approximately all of these bodies were killed about 49 minutes ago, and were killed in the same event, within a minute or so.
Yeah.
And there's also a blast up by the actual entrance to this place that incinerated a bunch of stuff in a ring around the opening into the building, and you can see a bunch of the stuff there was burnt.
I could do a little bit of that, not Beautiful Mind, but who's the character that would do that?
Like Sherlock Holmes?
Like Sherlock, yeah. And I'm kind of describing what I'm noticing. I'm like, oh yeah, there was.
Yeah, I don't know if we said it out loud. 8
multiverse
successes, audience.
Yeah.
8 successes. Yes, we have a beautiful mind, Sherlock Holmes mind palace.
yeah. And I'm piecing
watching
it
what
together.
happened. You've seen. Well, you haven't gone into the building yet, right?
Yeah. But
So
I'm walking that direction.
Okay.
But yeah, as I walk, I'm and I. I'm
you're seeing the blood spatter
Yeah.
patterns and the overall. I think the most confusing thing to you, because you know exactly what happened here, you just don't understand why.
Yeah.
Why would all these ghouls and devil rats go in together, and then something big exploded, and you could tell that what exploded was biological.
Okay.
So it was some sort of parazoological situation because no regular zoological creatures
Right, yeah.
explode in fire.
Right, yeah.
But it's not any sort of like, C4 or grenade type explosion.
Yeah.
It's a biological
Yeah,
explosion.
there's like no chemical explosive here. It's a biological thing, and I'm just describing what I'm seeing as I pass it, and actually like I don't talk about why, not because I don't know it, but because I don't care.
Sure.
Really. Like I'm just not even like I don't even kind of go into like, oh, I wonder if.
Yeah.
It's just like I'm giving you the facts of there was obviously a spray of bullets from this direction. This one was killed by this.
Right. As
yeah.
you get up to just before you cross into the building, your foot trips over something that you actually missed, even with your 8 successes, because it was literally buried under carcass.
Oh,
And it's a long white bone. And as you nudge it out to
yeah.
unearth it a little bit,
Yeah.
or uncarcass it,
Yeah.
it's a shin bone about 3 feet long, and a knee joint, and half a femur,
Yeah. Oh, there's
and a
patella.
foot. And this has to be a troll foot.
Yeah. I think Rooster's dead.
What?
And I'm like kind of holding up.
You have gloves on, right?
I would put on.
You're a trained medical professional.
Yeah.
I was assuming that.
Yeah. Before I would actually touch it, I just slip on the gloves, and there's like a pack that that's like a quick dispense pack, and
yeah. I assume you have like face mask on and the whole thing. But who else is still? Is everyone still in the truck?
I would have gotten out,
Okay.
and I think I would have grabbed the Ares from the back of the truck.
The assault rifle, the one with the grenade launcher attached to it that you took from the nerds.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think once out of the truck, keeping an eye on our 6, making sure we're not being followed
Okay.
in case there's a trap.
Yeah, I think I want to step out and just try. You know what? Actually, no. I'm gonna get out of my body and leave that in the car.
Okay.
And go investigate.
Okay. And remind me your astral form again.
Is a spider lady.
Like spider lady centaur type
yeah,
thing.
like centaur, but instead of horse spider.
Yeah. But you are still humanoid, right?
Yeah,
From like the waist
yes.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so you come out and you hear Steve is like, "Oh, I didn't realize." And he also follows you out of the car. Although he's just sort of like Dr. Manhattaning it, like like up and out and like ignoring the sort of terrain and edge of truck. Whereas you probably still, you're locked into the sense of like, oh, I have to climb up and over.
Yeah.
You don't.
I don't need to, but I do anyway.
Yeah,
Yes.
because you're still a metahuman.
Yes.
And I'm explaining as you're doing that. I'm just kind of explaining like how quickly a troll would have bled out if like assuming he only lost the leg, that he would have bled out in this amount of time. But I don't.
Sure.
I haven't dug through enough to find if there are other
let's
bones.
roll medicine plus logic.
Okay. All right. Medicine 5 plus logic. This is the stuff I'm good at. And I get to add my med kit?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, not for this, because this is just pure knowledge. You don't have
okay.
evidence.
All right,
You don't have evidence. Any more than the bone.
Yeah. Analytical mind?
Yeah.
Add to. Okay. Wow. Oh.
Oh no, these dice do really well for me.
How many
Usually.
dice is that?
That's what 11 dice. So it's just
Ooh, 5 ones
5
out of
ones,
11.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm gonna spend an edge and re-roll.
Have I mentioned the record glitch that I've seen?
No.
7 out of 14.
Oh wow.
Oh,
That's the best glitch I've ever seen.
Wow.
And it was also a critical glitch.
Yeah.
Oh.
7 ones,
That's
literally no successes.
Wow.
We all and the guy even said like, I'm not spending edge. I deserve whatever comes. Like,
Right? Yeah. So I'm going to keep the 1 success out of the 11. I rolled it. There we go. Okay. And,
Much better.
Yeah. So there's that was a 6.
Yeah.
I saw it.
Can confirm.
So that's 4 successes. And
Okay.
Not a glitch.
all right. So you have a pretty clear understanding. Someone his size and of his like health, like he's a very healthy guy. You know, at 55 or whatever. He would take a few minutes because the body has some natural response to an amputation like that. That your body tries its best to stop the bleeding. If he had a kit with him, which he almost certainly, he has a kit in his truck, he could have survived long enough for medical attention to get there if he didn't have to fight at the same time. So it's not clear.
Right. So, I mean, I can't imagine with this much, and I explain all that in the sort of like rambling list of facts, and I use like exact seconds, like like approximately 4 minutes and 32 seconds to bleed out at his level.
Where's the rest of him?
Well, it could be buried under all of this squelch. But if he did manage to get his contract, if they managed to get to him and get him out, then they would have taken him. And they probably would have taken him to a level 1 trauma facility and started at least healing the wound, if not, he might even honestly qualify for a prosthetic if he has that work.
Echo, what are you looking for?
Something alive.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to find Rooster, basically, is like, where's the rest of him?
Okay, roll a sensing plus magic.
Okay.
And you're watching the rear.
Yeah.
Will you roll perception plus intuition, please?
I will.
Plus, you have all the auditory and visual enhancement stuff, right?
Yeah.
So add another 2 to that.
2. Okay.
That is a terrible roll. I got 1 success.
Well.
I'm going to use one of these mini edge.
Yep.
Do it.
And I reroll everything but the 1 success.
Yep. Yeah,
right?
you keep
Okay.
the 1.
At least I get the 1.
Hey,
Man
your
down.
dice are running away from you.
That one can go fuck itself.
Oh, yeah.
Much better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes.
Okay. You do not find Rooster, but you do find a mostly intact devil rat that is sort of dragging itself down the tunnel away from you all, because it's got 3 legs, and its like rear right leg is kind of healed over because it's gone.
Okay.
And devil rats have a little bit of regeneration, and it's sort of tripoding its way down the hallway.
Weird.
And you
2
watching
successes.
the 6 with 2 successes, you can. I will definitively tell you it's safe.
Okay.
Right, like you have a very clear understanding of what's here and what's left and sounds, and of course there's always critters everywhere, but
They're not coming this
there's
way.
nothing sneaking up on you.
Okay.
Yeah. Where's the hallway look like it leads?
Well, you're in a giant tunnel, right? And there's a big hole, like an SUV-sized hole in the side of the tunnel that goes into the building where we found Rooster's leg bone.
Okay.
Right? Spoiler, it's Rooster's leg bone.
Surely not.
Shocked. So that's what you're in. You're in a giant, like, ex-subway tunnel,
Okay.
right? With that hole in the side of the wall. And this rat is going away from you. It's about the size of, like, a terrier,
Okay.
right? So it's smaller than those ones you dealt with.
Yeah.
It's actually the normal size of a devil rat. It's small dog, a huge cat,
Yeah.
that sort of thing.
So, I have a tracking skill
Okay.
that I don't think I've ever actually used, and I wonder with all this carnage, a lot of it's going to smell very samey. That probably Rooster would have his own distinct scent. And
Possibly.
if it's possible to track him out from...
You would probably, if you want to go into the room, then there's going to be a chance of tracking, yes.
I think that's what I would try doing.
Okay, so you go in there. No one else has come in here yet. Right away, you see Rooster's SUV parked. It like sort of had clearly drifted, like it slid into place. It must have come in here really fast.
Yeah.
And it slid sort of out of, like, you wouldn't have been able to see it just from standing in the tunnel because it's back around the corner, or like at the side of the wall there. And you could see the machine gun, the huge pool of blood, spent bullet casing, high caliber casings. Like, the floor is just this, it's a little crooked, and in the back corner is just a huge pile of brass. Of all the bullet casings, because they rolled that way.
Yeah.
So, where do you want to start?
Well, there's a pool of blood that I'm assuming is probably his.
Yep.
And try and see if I can
Let's roll.
figure things out from that.
So, you have an option. You can roll tracking plus intuition, or you could roll tracking plus intuition plus essence. More dice is better, right?
Yeah. Generally.
I'm going to go ahead and take it with essence.
Okay.
Do it. It's going to be great.
Okay.
Also, this blood being less than an hour old smells pretty good.
Oh, I'm sure it does.
But I know you're also emotionally attached, and that's a component. I'm not going to say you're out of control, but...
Yeah. What the fuck?
See?
Wow.
Too many dice.
Hate. So how many dice did you just roll?
A lot.
4, 6, 8,
11?
10, 11 dice, 1 success,
That's kind of how mine was. except
5
a lot more
ones.
Yeah.
Look,
Yeah,
I know other
that's,
people have been talking really nice to you, but I'm going to do horrible, unspeakable things like
I will let her as well. You are
burn you
expendable and cheap.
outside in a fire if you don't roll nicely. That's a
They
little
respond
bit
to
better.
It works. It
Some
works.
success on that intimidation roll.
Yeah, so
4 hits?
4.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right, assholes.
So you have your own Mind Palace moment. And I'm going to get to that in a second. What are you doing out in the tunnel, Echo?
I'm kind of... Well, can I see where Gremlin is? From
You
where
can
I am?
see that she went in.
She went in,
But
okay.
it's kind of limited view from out here in the tunnel, and you can't see that well.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, astral space. Yeah,
Yeah,
you can
I'm
see
in
fine.
astral space, so... Okay.
But you're just limited by the wall that
Yeah.
is there.
I think I'm gonna follow her. Is the devil rat going away from her?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like you all came in one direction of the tunnel. The devil rat's going away from the direction you came.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah, I want to keep an eye on her and just make sure.
Okay. Yeah, so you just dried her up to the room, and you see Steve kind of like squat down and just sort of like picking through the mess. It's just curious. He's just like, you don't know what he's looking for, but
Okay.
he stays out here as you go in there.
Cool.
So you go in, and you could see a whole mess of what's happening, and you could see there's enough blood on the floor that there is a recognizable aura. You would need to do an sensing thing, but you could tell like that's like I could identify a person from that.
Yeah.
And then up over by the stairs, so there's a big square room. The truck's kind of parked. If you come in through the hole in the wall, the truck's off to the left. And next to the truck is this big pool of blood, machine gun, the gyro mount, backpack, all that troll-sized. Big pool of blood, enough to identify a person, and then dragged maybe 10 feet away from there towards the concrete stairs going up out of here is the most bizarre, twisted kaleidoscope aura you've ever seen. And it's not of a thing that's currently here. It's like remnant background
Interesting.
of something that happened.
I want to know what that is.
Okay. Then it's time to do a sensing plus logic -2.
Oh. Okay. Sensing plus logic -2. Okay.
What do you have to, Coyote?
Now that the rear is totally fine, I'm gonna probably go into the room where Gremlin and Echo are, and try to piece together where Rooster could have been taken. Because if Quinn is right, I don't know. Oh shit! Work.
I rolled 4 dice and got 4 successes.
Get it.
Yes.
I consider that a crit. How many of that is 6s?
1 of them is
Okay,
6.
roll another one.
Okay.
It explodes.
No,
All
that's
right.
a 3.
Still, 4 successes
4
is
successes.
amazing. And you were checking out that sort of weird pulsing kaleidoscope ball of light, and this is a mixed up. It's like an emotion bomb went off, right?
Oh.
That's what it feels like. Like if there was nuclear fallout, this is like emotional fallout, right? And it feels radioactive because of the pain that was experienced here.
Oh.
Is almost a tear in astral space. Over time, this may turn into like a toxic site, just from this seed of this point of how much pain and suffering occurred in this one location. And there's also a sense of you're pretty familiar with the HMHVV virus at this point. It seems like something like your sister was present here.
Oh.
And you're also vaguely aware that 4 other people were here. And so 4 other memories and Rooster, it's all kind of tied up in a big mess together. And that's... I think that's what you've got. Do you have any questions about it? Maybe I can answer something specific.
No, I think you gave me the information I was looking for. So there were Rooster and 4 people were here together, and something traumatic and extremely painful happened.
Yeah, but you can't even tell who it happened to.
Okay.
It's just so loud. The noise is just...
Yeah.
like an astral scream.
Yeah. Does this thing look like it... I mean, it could potentially become a toxic site in the future, but it poses a danger to us in the immediate future?
No, not right now. But it could, attract unsavory astral presences at any point.
Is there anything I can do about
Yeah, you could
it?
try to cleanse the space.
Oh, how do I do that?
It's sort of a... Well, let's see. I don't remember exactly how the book does it, but we could either do a, counterspelling type of thing. It's usually ritual magic. Right. So we could do counterspelling, we could do, a disenchant.
Okay.
Actually, disenchant is probably a better way to do it.
That makes sense.
And this thing is the equivalent of a very high force effect. And if you had any sort of magical, fetish devices or a spirit, let's say, it would make the job a lot easier.
Okay, let me think about that for a minute.
Yeah. So I think I'm going to try to use the map of the city based on our current location and see where would be the most likely trauma center they would have taken him. Because even if he is dead,
Yeah.
Jane's gonna want the body.
Yeah.
Yeah, it helps that you know it was a crash cart thing because you could see the closest crash cart facility is across Lake Washington in a particular facility that's actually pretty close by if you're flying. But if you're not flying, you would have to go south a little bit, take the bridge over the water, and then go to that facility. So those are the two options.
Okay.
We don't know if he flew out of here.
Right.
Is that something I might be able to tell from my knowledge of medical procedure and my...
We don't know what
experience?
crash cart subscription he had.
Yeah.
There's no way to tell.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Yeah.
Would we be able to look for a second set of tire tracks, if he was driven out, or some kind of...
Oh, well,
Yeah.
this basement is not drivable, right? His truck got in here because
Right.
it came in from the tunnel.
Yeah.
If you want to go upstairs and out, you know, the building is sort of collapsed in on itself, but you can go up the stairwell and get to the street.
Yeah, I think I'll
if
do
you
that.
want to go out. But I just want to figure out what everyone's
for
doing
sure.
before we do that.
Yeah, I would probably go with him if I can't get any more information from here in the building. And like looking at this space down here around his SUV and all that. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Gremlin?
I was trying to track him, so
Yep. Did you do your tracking? Did I have you?
yeah. And then
Oh,
you
yeah.
said, "Hold on a second."
Yeah,
And
right.
then,
Okay, sorry. Sorry, remind me what the successes were.
I had
I think
Four, wasn't it?
4.
3 or 4.
Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
bunch. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you're getting this physical trail of being dragged up the stairs.
Okay.
And so that part's pretty clear. But there's that big pile of blood. You're like, okay, follow the drag marks. And then there's another smaller pile of blood. Mm-hmm. And you're like, just like dragged him over here for a bit, and then up the stairs.
well, gonna follow along.
Okay. So you two are getting ready to go up the stairs.
Yeah.
What do you're going to go up the stairs?
Yeah, I think I'll follow along with her. Yeah.
Also, you could communicate to your sister without going back to your body.
Oh, sweet.
You could see her drider form walking around.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna tell her, like, what... There's, like, a weird aura here.
You could sort of see it when she points it out.
And it's the same spot as like this other
The second
pool
the
of
second
blood.
stop, yeah.
Something not good happened here.
Yeah, there's more blood here too, and then there's not, but I can smell that he got dragged up the stairs.
Oh, and the blood here smells a little different.
And I don't understand why it smells different.
If you want to taste it, I'll give you 12 dice on a perception roll.
Mm-hmm.
It has a flavor.
Give me them 12 dice.
So you like scoot your finger through it.
Yep.
Okay. Everybody watches Gremlin. Wipe a finger through this
4
blood.
successes.
Hell yeah. You actually, those are all 6s.
Yep.
Roll 4 more dice. Next time to do this, you'll have to spend essence.
All right. It was meant to be 4
4
successes.
successes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, what's that?
No,
5?
5. You had a 5.
Yeah,
Oh, did
there's
I?
a 5 there. Yeah,
Oh.
one of those 5s was legit. So you have 5 successes, and the blood is somehow you know it's Rooster's. That's you're not really sure why because you've never bitten him, like
Yeah.
right. But you have this overall sense of like, yeah, I know who this belongs to, and then you also can taste this kind of repulsive flavor that is not entirely unlike the ghouls, but it's not as rancid as it's just like bleh, like that doesn't go in my mouth. Like I don't know what that is, but that's not food.
Tastes like soap.
Yeah, it tastes like soap.
Oh.
Not good?
All right.
Oh, something's really wrong with this blood. It's ghouly? I don't know how else to describe it.
Weird. Is it
Ugh.
roosters?
Ugh.
Is
Ugh.
it roosters?
That's good. I like it.
Maybe? but I don't know why or how.
Like, the how is pretty obvious.
He lost the leg, lost most of his blood in that pile over there, probably, and then they dragged him over here. Maybe they'd put on a tourniquet. It came loose.
Yeah,
Had
but
to
the
stop
blood
and
should
stabilize
still
him.
be his blood, and it should be like what's over here. There's something wrong with it. And if anything, if what you're saying is true, it would be fresher
Also,
slightly.
but
Oh.
I don't think Gremlin would notice as much as everyone else would notice. Your agitation level is actually higher than Gremlin seems really agitated, and the fangs have extended, your claws have extended, and you can feel there's like a burning in your chest.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe he got bit by a ghoul.
I don't... It's just wrong.
It also takes like days to be turned by a ghoul if that happens. So
Well, we need to find him then.
Yeah.
They take him up?
I think so, if it's him, but I don't understand how...
What's Crash Cart's policy if someone's been bit by a ghoul?
Well, if they knew, they would probably blah blah blah.
yeah, well they would
They would probably,
attempt what's it called? A blood transfusion,
Blood transfusion,
and but nobody really fully understands how HMHVV works.
Right.
That's the big problem with
I just
it.
wanted to make sure it wasn't like,
Yeah.
well, he's got rabies.
No,
Yeah.
it's not. It's not like that because also plenty of people survive and live with HMHVV.
Yeah.
Right.
So
So
they
they would, so they would like stabilize, return it, take him back to a facility and try to,
Right.
apply some
you
emergency
okay?
measures.
It's like... heartburn? I don't...
You can just feel your teeth sinking into flesh.
I'm not okay. And I'm going to go where people aren't right now.
Okay.
I'm going up the stairs. You guys can follow, but stay
distance.
the fuck away from me.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'm definitely going up.
Can you do a sensing, please?
Yes.
-4.
Oh. Just a sensing?
Well, a sensing plus magic. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're emotionally compromised by what you're seeing right now.
Yeah, fair.
Oh yeah.
I still got 3 successes.
Your sister is 100% predator right now.
Oh.
And, completely apropos of nothing, Steve has started pulling strands of astral energy in this room, just stretching things across the room to loosely centered on where the ball of nope is, and is whistling to himself
Oh.
in astral space.
What you doing, Steve?
I will catch something big here.
Oh. Okay.
I look forward to the fight.
Yeah, we should go before that happens. We have to find our friend.
Goodbye.
Okay, have fun. I'm gonna go get back in my body.
Okay.
So I can talk to these two.
Yep.
And then, so actual Echo squelches over to where you guys are. Gremlin has gone up the stairs. I think,
I've
already?
gone fine, not
You're-
far behind Gremlin.
Okay.
I'm still down.
Okay.
Down there, kind of looking. I'm actually taking blood samples from the 2 different pools and testing them.
We're gonna need to go soon.
Okay.
The aura tangle is gonna attract something big. Steve wants to fight it.
Oh.
We should go. Also, quietly to him, Gremlin is not doing well. We should keep our distance.
Yeah. I used to have a VR addiction, and She kind of looks like me when I couldn't get on the Matrix for.
She needs to eat a person.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
When you get up to the top of the stairs, normally you would be able to hear that conversation down there, and you can't because the blood is just pumping in your ears. You can feel it like in your throat. You feel your pulse. That's good. You're not dead, right? But you come up out of the stairs, and it's just clown body parts in a ring around the building. And, like, exploded motorcycle parts, like, charred and blown up and dead bodies all the way around the building. Or at least in this, like, immediate view that you walk out to.
Is there anything that's still alive?
It's been less than an hour since this happened.
I think she's looking for something that's alive because she wants to tear it apart.
Okay. What's your edge score?
2.
I'm going to add those 3. Have you roll 5 dice as a luck roll.
All right.
Okay. So you
3
do hear
successes.
some heavy breathing and it's coming from across the street.
Yep. It's gonna be full on, like, sneaking along, just purely just driven by
Sure.
that, looking for something to sink her teeth into.
Okay. So you find somebody in like streaked clown makeup, panting, gritting his teeth. He has like a pretty basic med kit out, and it's clear his thigh is like not just broken; it's like shattered, like a huge caliber round. Like, it's amazing the leg is still attached, and he's not going to survive the night anyway. But that's who he like looks up. He's like, what? And he's like trying to get his gun, and it just slips through his bloody grasp.
I think she just, like, full on just
on him?
descends on
Okay.
him, like, smacks the med kit away, and
Okay.
just launches herself.
All right, let me pull up. I need you to get some dice together.
All right.
By the way, I really can't stay late.
No, I know. We're almost done.
Cool.
It's not 10 yet. Go faster. Okay. Please roll charisma plus magic.
I don't have magic.
You do. It's your essence score.
Oh, it's my essence
Yeah.
score?
Yeah, it's equal to your essence always.
All
So
right.
if your essence goes up, your magic score does too.
Got it.
Is that the same for me?
Well, no, not really.
Okay.
It's complicated.
Yeah, that's fair.
3 successes.
Okay. That's good. However, just for everyone's notion, you are going to be at this for like 3 minutes.
Sure.
So that's I just want to know, what do we all see when we come upstairs? Because that's where we're going to close out tonight. So I think you were the first up the stairs. Are you just following Gremlin directly, or kind of scanning to be back up? Or because it seems like she goes off like she saw something.
Well, my plan was to go up and have a conversation with Gremlin, like have a come to Jesus moment.
Okay.
Like, and so I think I'm going to see this and wait for her to finish.
Okay, so you kind of like come around, because she's like behind a low wall where this clown had like crawled to try to medkit his disintegrated leg. And
I think I might actually go into, until I'm ready to speak to her, go into camo mode, because I don't know what she's going to do. And
Yep.
so I'm like waiting for her to finish, and
Okay.
then I'll just fall on Batman behind you
Sure.
when that moment happens.
Yeah.
All right. I think you were probably the next one up.
Yeah. I came up my first. I was going to look for evidence of like a dock wagon, a ground vehicle or air vehicle.
And you didn't see where Gremlin went right off the bat, so you wouldn't run over there.
Yeah.
You actually can see the liftoff burn marks.
Oh, okay.
And you're almost certain it's a Banshee, like the tri pattern of burn marks.
Yeah.
It's not literal fire, but it is a jet engine, right?
Yeah,
So it's heats up some and burns the burnt out pavement where there's like weeds growing through it.
Right,
and,
yeah. And that's kind of what I was trained to fly it on too when I worked for them.
So, that would have been your promotion. Your next promotion would have been a flying response team.
Yeah, because I did a 2 in pilot aerospace.
Yep.
So,
You were being trained for that.
Yeah.
That's it. Looks like there was a GMC Banshee lifted off from here.
Yeah.
It probably the crash cart because it was less than an hour ago.
Mm-hmm.
But
So, and I'll explain that to you as as we come up. I'm like, okay, that clears it up. That's an air vehicle. He probably did an airlift out of here, so that would determine what facility they went to.
Oh, good.
And you hear and then that just a wet noise.
Where's Gremlin and Coyote?
I think she found a snack.
I hope it wasn't Coyote. I think we run over there.
Good point. She's like, I didn't even think about that.
Well, your friend or foe shows you where Coyote is.
Yeah.
Which is something Coyote hasn't thought about.
But he's right next to her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I don't think she's necessarily looking at friend or foe at this point in time.
She's not, but they are.
Right.
Yeah. Actually, she might.
Well, I wasn't
not
worried about
notice it.
hiding from them.
Yeah.
I was worried
Okay.
about.
Okay. Fair point.
Yeah.
We see her doing her business, and that's where we'll close for tonight.
Cool.
Thank you all for joining us. Shadowrun, the Greenwood Collective. Tell us who you are and what you're doing.
Oh, Lord. Hey, so you can catch me and Sam here every other Sunday playing Glittering Night, the Vampire 5e game, which is so amazing. I get to live my best Toreador life. And the Saturday after St. Patrick's Day, the date is escaping me at this moment. You can catch the Boggarts at Callahan's bar down in Irwindale for a post St. Patrick's Day celebration.
Oh, cool.
Come and hang out, concert, food, drinks. You should do that thing.
And you're also on this show for the next 4 episodes.
I am.
Yeah.
I am also here.
Or three more episodes. Yeah.
So you can't get rid of me.
Yay. Noah, would we want to?
Hi, I'm Sam. You can find me, like Joey said, on Sundays, every other Sunday, on the Vampire Masquerade game, where I play a Malkavian Satanic Nun, so also still weird. And then opposite Mondays to this show, I am here with Mac and Jason for our Floodwater Tales from the Loop game, which is super fun. Robots, all kinds of fun weirdness there.
Man.
I'm Adam, and I am here for this show, and then every Wednesday for Eidolon Academy. We've got about another month or so of that left.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got about
through the end of March.
Yeah, through the end of March. Yeah, so
month
we've
and a
got
half.
like 5 or 6 more episodes of Eidolon Academy coming up. So that's super fun, and that's all I'm in right now, actually. So yeah.
Cool.
Hey, I'm Mac. I'm here every Monday. I'm also over with the 12-Sided Stories podcast group, and my first season of Unquiet Blood just wrapped, so it's a good time to get caught up on that. It's a fully produced podcast with sound effects and music, and it's really worth checking out.
Awesome. And I'm here every Monday for either Shadowrun or Floodwater or Insert Coin. I'm here every Wednesday for Eidolon Academy. And I also recently just GM'd a campaign for 12-Sided Stories of Demigods, the game that I made. You can find the quick start guide at demigodspbta.com.
I just ran it this weekend. It was awesome.
It's super fun. I like it. I made the game that I wanted to play, so there you go. It was selfish. Not similarly, just next point. Please go check out our fundraiser for the Rainbow Railroad. You can find it at happyjacks.org/rainbow. And they're a charity group that goes to help LGBTQIA+ folks around the world in places where it is just illegal to be queer, and sometimes by the death penalty. Getting folks out of those dangerous places. They get them asylum. They give them a place to live. They pre-help by getting them a safe place to live before they get moved out. It's a huge, complicated, expensive process, and we want to do our part to send them a bunch of money. So if you can, we have prizes through the end of the month that will be, for donors. And if you're listening to this much later, go check out Rainbow Railroad's website and drop some money their way. Every little bit counts. So please consider helping out with that. Also, our friend Kimmy, her Kickstarter is just going wild. We're 2 weeks in. It's a gajillion backed.
What's Decima?
Right. Decima is the R&D for your RPG. And we have the primary artist and design consultant. What is your title?
I am helping with the merchandising side of it.
Right.
And also as a tarot expert.
Yeah. We have a bunch of the Decima team here with us.
Yes.
And they plowed through a bunch of stretch goals. We're trying to get to that gold leaf stretch goal.
Actually, we nailed it today.
Yes! Yes!
I was
I'm
with
so
Kimmy
excited.
early when it flipped. We flipped the gold.
That's
So it's
so
going to be,
good.
the decks are going to have gold leaf details. It's going to be awesome.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, I'm so
This is-
excited.
Gang, I'm so excited to get this. And you know what? The gold leaf is only going to be for Kickstarter backers.
Yes.
Yep.
Because it's expensive and she's not going to just do it forever.
Yeah.
So after the Kickstarter, you won't be able to get the gold leaf decks. I'm going to get like 3 of them. It's like my favorite R&D for your RPG.
Yeah.
Very good.
2, the art is gorgeous. I've seen some of your pre-proofs, Sam. The marketing is brilliant.
Yeah.
And you should definitely go check out that game. So drop Rainbow Railroad some money, then give Kimmy the rest of your money, and then join us back here Mondays, Wednesdays, and Sundays on happyjacks.org/live. And I imagine Mac's going to throw up the schedule in a minute. Oh, yeah.
Also, we just completed a bunch of streaming games at Strategicon, and those should be up on our one-shot stream soon, so you should be able to check those out if you missed them live. So a bunch of fun new one-shots that we all did at the con, playing with fans and con attendees as well. So go check those out and have some fun. And also the one-shots from our Rainbow Railroad stream, those are up, and you can listen to those really great shows as well. And
Awesome.
Great.
I think that's it.
Yep.
All right, we're out.
Right.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.